With your teen, empathy is everything. And that's especially true for reducing their risk for substance use. Substance use and mental health challenges often go hand in hand. So before you talk about drugs, talk to them about how they're doing. Learn how to start a conversation at cdc.gov/freemind/parents.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes DeRay Davis, September 5th through 7th. Then on Thursday, September 11th, Kristen Key. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on all social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
Shot. Tequila del Toro is an award-winning, highest quality, top-shelf tequila crafted just for you. It's so smooth, you won't need lime or salt, and it won't mess up your next day. Enjoy it with confidence, backed by 100% satisfaction guaranteed and free shipping across the USA. Available in select stores. Ask for it. If you own a bar, restaurant, or liquor store, stock Tequila del Toro now and stand out. Top businesses that sell the most Tequila del Toro will get a chance to win a trip for two to Mexico. Visit tequiladeltoro.com for more information. That's tequiladeltoro.com.
Get ready, Orlando. The Booze and Bites Festival hits Festival Park Saturday, September 13th. Unlimited drinks, $5 bites, live music, games, and more. All benefiting Second Harvest Food Bank. VIP at 12, general admission at 1. Tickets required. Get yours now at OrlandoBoozeandBitesFestival.com.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Listen up. ESPN Unlimited is now included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Spectrum gives you everything from ESPN, live games, original series, top analysis, and more. Spectrum is really stepping up with this offer, and you get more of me, Stephen A. Smith. Get your act together and go to spectrum.com/entertainment for details. ESPN Unlimited and more popular streaming apps are included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Restrictions apply.
What does New South Proud mean? It means you can save 35% on windows and doors. And not just any windows and doors. We're talking New South American-made windows and doors that offer premium protection from hurricanes, intruders, and noise. And they're guaranteed for life. Get 35% off American-made windows and doors until October 31st, 2025. Call 800-NEW-WINDOWS. Visit newsouthwindow.com/deal for details.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. Lots to get to today, from Trump's surprise announcement to Rudy Giuliani's bizarre trip to the hospital, and what in the hell happened to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's going on?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. That's right. The call is out for you. All you have to do is spread the word about the News Junkie radio show. Tell somebody about this show. Say, look, I like this. I think you will too. The three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. Bammo! That's all you have to do to spread the word on a Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Ready for a 4-day week?
How are you?
Yeah, you know what? I'm alive. All is well. Nice weekend. Enjoyable Labor Day weekend. I mean, other than the fact that we just continuously have like, oh, it's beautiful outside. Let's go step outside. Downpour outside. Okay, it's miserable. Let's go back inside. All right, now it's hot again outside. Other than that, which I guess is just kind of, September. It's just Florida. Like how it works this time of year. Like no matter where you are, the weather kind of sucks in September, and here we are today. So, all right, let's get to it. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to sports, baby. That's right. It's been a couple of days, so we might as well come back hot with the sports action. If it's got balls, we're watching it. We got our eyes glued to the action. Oh, there's more than just balls in sports, aren't there? I thought for a second it was all balls. There's pucks. There's mitts. Well, no, that's got a ball in it, though. That's got a ball in that sport. I'm talking about a sport that is wholly devoid of balls. There are some, like hockey.
There's the shuttlecock.
Shuttlecock doesn't have a ball. You're right, strangely enough.
I mean,
strangely enough.
It looks like a ball at the end, but it's called a shuttlecock.
Yeah. You have that. You have track and field, I guess. There's a lot of them if you know about sports. But this one is a baseball story. And it was Texas versus the Athletics, a big old baseball game. And there was some fans out there. And I don't know if it was like, $1 hot dog and a beer night or something. I suspect there was some sort of discount going on at the game based on some of the crowd here. And this particular guy sees that the camera is on him. And there are a lot of things you could do when the camera turns on you at a sporting event. One is the double thumbs up, which, I like. Just put two thumbs up out in front of you, and you're like, yeah. Me, I tend to go to the peace sign. I'm a peace sign, like, see you later.
All those times that you get on camera?
Well, I'm just, in general, if somebody acknowledges me, I'll toss up a peace sign. Like Richard Nixon or something. Very old school. I'll toss up the peace sign.
Like you're saying okay, what's happening?
It's your birthday right now.
Happy birthday to me.
Celebrate, yeah.
Front facing is more like, imagine. And then if you do one of
the backside.
Or the backside, you're like, what up?
No, not cool enough. I'm not. I do the front side because I want to keep it basic and not let people expect too much. If I do the back side of the peace sign, people will immediately expect things that I cannot deliver on.
I mean, you could turn your cap a little bit sideways and off.
I thought about it. Yeah, I thought of or backwards.
Ooh, crazy
but then
guy.
I'm a different guy, and you guys aren't going to be happy with that. It's not going to be good for anybody involved. But here we are, and this baseball game, they don't decide to throw up the peace sign or the wave or the thumbs up. Here's what happens when this guy and his lady friend get on the camera. You'll notice, those of you who are listening, that the broadcasters get real quiet, and I'll tell you why. All right, you got a guy?
Too. Little it's it.
Here we go. Back to the baseball game.
It's it. What's an it's it?
Yeah.
It's it.
All right, I don't know what the dudes are talking about. They're just blabbing in the middle of a boring baseball game, as they often do. But this guy who the camera is on, for those of you not watching, there's a dude, he's got a hat and sunglasses, which is usually some sort of red flag when you have the combo of the two. And then you have his blonde partner next to him, and he sees the camera is on him. Now, keep in mind, there's little kids behind him and everything, but sees the camera's on him.
Folks at home, I on behalf of Chris Carey, I will apologize.
Oh.
the cameraman has to pull away because he looks at the blonde lady next to him.
All around, away as quickly as possible.
If you see the guy, those of you watching, come check out the show on YouTube, youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. The guy looks down at his blonde friend's boobs, and then he just takes his hand, and he just...
On behalf of Chris Carey, I will apologize.
Yeah. And the camera goes away, and these guys...
he barely got a handful.
Let's do a counter on this.
Yeah, it wasn't even a real honk.
You heard the laugh, right? The broadcaster laughs. All right? Silence.
You
now.
are a handful, Chris, let me tell you.
All right, silence. All right, they get very quiet here for a little while.
Everyone
and then
wants to see
finally,
the boobs.
they realize they have to say something. Silence in the booth.
Fly ball center. That'll end the inning.
Yeah, get it together, boys. What's going on?
Their mics are definitely off because they're laughing so hard.
Yeah,
he's only cutting his mic on to sort of call the game a little bit.
Which proves that they have the option to mute their own mics.
They do.
So next time we get a hot mic moment, didn't know the mic was on, it's very clear that the capability is there.
I mean, there's no way they could have been that silent. They have to have a mute button. And look at the guy. Like, this dude is just like, babe, the camera's on us. I'm going to get a big honking grab of those chest udders you have going on there. He grabbed in the middle, but, there's a little kid behind him. We're the proximity to a child under the age of 4.
I mean, I could see very clearly that the child missed this whole thing.
He did, but still, just being in that place, keep it together. No sexual acts at the baseball game.
That's barely a sexual act.
It's a honk of the hoots.
What hoots? Right in the middle.
Well,
his hands are fully spread.
The lady is just, she's on display there, and he's trying to grab it. I think there's a lot going on up top, so he didn't necessarily honk one or the other. He's going for it. Somebody says, is that guy also eating a PB&J Uncrustable? I think he might be.
She has an ice cream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe they're mowing ice creams, and he's honking hoots at the baseball game.
This is all very confusing, but I'm in.
What a time to be alive.
There was a college game over the weekend, I think, where...
They grabbed boobs?
No, it wasn't boobs, but you were talking about like whether or not you do the peace sign or the thumbs up.
Uh-huh.
And I'm pretty sure they just got a straight-up zoom in on this kid, middle finger straight to the camera. I kept seeing it posted on Facebook and social media. I was like, man, I wonder how much airtime this kid got with this middle finger.
Can you get in trouble if I'm at the baseball game? They put the camera on me, and I don't want the camera on me, and I'm just like, can I? Are they going to go, you're banned from a bunch of baseball games?
You could. I mean,
I feel like they should ban the boob grabber.
I feel like I don't think you can get in trouble with, like, the FCC if this were on broadcast television because you're a fan there. You're not a broadcaster. You're not held to those rules.
Yeah, but they still hold all the fans in the stands to a certain amount of rules at these games.
Yeah, but those are rules that are dictated by the Major League Baseball organization. Those are written on the tickets. It's kind of, sort of the contract that you sign by scanning your ticket as you get in. So in that case, I think you could tell this person, yeah, you can't come back to baseball games for a while until you
stop grabbing.
This is a family event, for God's sake. Keep your hands to yourself, man. Go watch the baseball game, for God's sake.
I have a question, and I'm curious if
are you allowed to do the same? No, it's inappropriate. Okay,
I'm sure this varies from stadium to stadium, just based on equipment and people using different equipment, but. Are the tally lights on top of the camera visible to the people on camera? Like,
I don't
did
know.
this
Like
guy know that he was live?
No, I don't. Maybe, but I think
he looked up at something, though.
Yeah, it tends to be so far away. So he may have been on another screen in the stadium, and he's like, babe, check it out. They put the camera on us. I'm going to grab your boobs. Here you go. So that happened at the game. What do you think should happen to folks who do this? Is it fine? Is it all fair and love in baseball, or should they be booted out of the stadium? Let us know your thoughts over at thenewsjunkie.com. But the MLB announcers tried to keep it professional. I don't know how good of a job they ended up doing. Meanwhile, I have never seen anything take off quite like this. I started to get emails this weekend.
Ooh, are you talking about
who was one of the first
some
people?
Trending news or a documentary that just came out?
Just people reacting to news. Because if something happens out there, it is inevitable that people will start to email me and they'll go, hey, what's going on here? What's going Like this guy, Christopher, said on Sunday night, he said, podcast listener here, I would love your thoughts come Wednesday for me. What's going on with this? Trump dead? Exclamation point, question mark.
Did start to trend.
And I'm like, what's going on? Like everybody started like immediately. It seemed to be out of the blue. There's been like some different health reports from the White House and stuff, and like viral stories about Trump's ankles or this or that. But just out of the blue, it's like Trump's dead. Nope, Trump's dead.
He wasn't seen for a couple days.
They said he wasn't seen.
The rumors.
I have some of the evidence here that we'll see if there's anything to this in a moment, but it took off like wildfire. And then you have people posting all sorts of stuff that is very unserious, but I don't know. Some people seem to believe it. Like somebody said, clearly Trump was swapped out for an impersonator. Now there's a fake Trump.
Like a Dave situation.
Yeah. Melania, I believe, is a clone too, according to some people.
Yeah, I mean, when that may be a level of fame that, like, if you hit that, you know you've achieved something. Taylor Swift has a clone. What's her name?
Katy Perry, Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. Like a lot of pop stars end up having clones.
If Katy Perry has a clone,
Ramsey, I believe.
Oh, is that one of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
well, I was going to say, if Katy Perry has a clone, they need to fire the cloner because this one can't dance very well. It's having some issues.
Refund time. This is not working out. But this story just went absolutely skywall, just completely and totally exploded over the weekend. And I'm watching this. And I'm like, half of these people are very unserious. Half of these people didn't care about the health of the president for an awkwardly long time before the current president was in office. And then half of these people have like their little basket of details, information. They're like, here is my evidence. And I always want to see the goblin with the evidence. I'm like, show me what you got, buddy. So we'll look at that. Then the White House responded to it. And today, during the show, in the final hour of the show, we finally got blessed with this. We get ripped off so much.
Asterisk. Come on.
Well, we've been blessed. There's going to be a special secret announcement from the White House in 3 hours. So if you have the full show today where you're listening to the show, in the final hour of the show, we'll see what the hell's going on. Maybe they talk about this. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But that's kind of the fun of the show. We'll see what happens together. It says, Trump to make big Oval Office surprise announcement after days of health worries and speculations. And there's been a lot that's been happening behind the scenes. We'll look into a little bit of that. We'll also talk about some speculation as to what Trump might be saying. An insane video from the White House. On the non-political front, we have to get to, and we'll do this in the first couple of segments, this situation with the little boy at Hershey Park this weekend. I don't know how many people saw that.
That was insane. God.
It's a really wild situation that played out with this little kid, and I'm so interested at the difference in takes that I saw on this story. So we're going to get to that in the first hour here today, too. We got a lot to talk about on a Share the Show Tuesday, so come on a journey with us, if you will, all right? Even send us a dispatch over on the website. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Two left lanes are blocked on Colonial Drive westbound before Econ Trail. There's a crash block in the center lane on John Young Parkway northbound before. Traffic troubles called about an instant oil change. Traffic to
you are. Good morning, cameraman. Good morning, people. Good morning, junkies. Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. I have some excellent stories for you from a long weekend. We'll get to them in due time. We'll find out what's going on with the Trump surprise announcement. Speculation, please, in the comments. Here, around here, we speculate. Okay? All the other channels, they'll be like, no, don't do that. This is CNN. We wait for vet. No, we speculate around here in chat. Okay? Come on. There we go. He has cancer, somebody says. Wishful thinking on some of your parts, I think. I saw at least a portion of this was very wishful thinking on some of your parts. But I'm interested. Let's see where it's going. Let's see if the announcement has anything to do with this. I'm interested. Trump is renaming the Atlantic Ocean to the American Ocean? Not out of the question. Nothing's out of the question yet. I also have a story. I was in the news this weekend. We'll talk about that at some point in time. I was in the news this weekend. And I had one of the most awkward moments at the movies this weekend that we have to discuss, okay? 3 minutes.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And
Tanya says he's going to let you all know he's in great health. Maybe what's crazy to me is, and I guess it's not that crazy. I guess it makes sense with how divided everybody is. But legitimately, I think there's a lot of people who are kind of putting their finger on the scale in hopes that, like, maybe, fingers crossed, Trump is not in ill health or something. People speculate Trump's going to die before Biden, which I would take that bet. I just don't understand what the thought is there. Like, J.D. Vance is the vice president. He would be the next in line. Do you think that would be a big change in leadership? Like, do you really think that if Trump disappeared and then J.D. Vance took over, Trump dies, J.D. Vance takes over, do you think things would change in any sort of dramatic way? I don't know that they would. 2 minutes and we're coming back live, okay? Trump is announcing his new Trump magnets. That son of a bitch better watch his ground. Okay? Stay away from our magnet territory. Round here, we have magnets. Round these parts, we have magnets. This is our territory, and you stay off of it. Mind your business. 90 seconds. Sorry about the movies, Sean. I was just trying to figure out if Skittles and beer mix well, and I choked a bit. No. It was a very bizarre experience, full of many social faux pas. But it was something I'd never experienced before in my life, so I want to talk about this. The magnet issue will radicalize Sean. I am most radicalized, black-pilled, completely off the reservation with what I think are just obvious, simplistic ideas on a few fronts, one of them being homelessness. The magnets thing could spin me out, though. It could spin me out. For now, let's see what's next. Let's chat. Let's see what these rumors are. Let's dive in. Trump announcement coming up at 2 p.m., okay? 2 p.m. We're going to watch it together.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Football is back.
And the
season lives on iHeartRadio.
Whether it's fantasy advice
or venting with your favorite host over that blown call,
iHeartRadio brings you all of it.
From the official NFL Podcast Network.
Welcome to NFL Daily.
To local stations that bring you the games live. This is 24/7 coverage of everything you love about football.
And it all starts now.
Just open the iHeartRadio app
and search NFL
to dive in.
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, reeswindows.com.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
Indeed. We're going to have more details about the alleged, rumored Halloween roast event that we've been talking about. Things have been all silent on that front, but more details on the roast event coming up this week at some point. So make sure you're hanging out with us and you do not miss out on that. The other big announcement that is on the way, in fact, today and during the show, I get so mad, and I know this is petty, and I know this is me being a little bitch, but I do not care. I get mad when we're doing this show and they go, there's going to be a major announcement today. And then it's right after we sign off. But
we sit and wait for an hour because they're delayed. You're not being a little bitch about it. I think anyone else would get frustrated.
I want a little content. We deserve a little content around here.
It almost feels like they wait for us to sign off because it's immediately after.
Truly, they're worried about the backlash. That's what it is. They're like, can't do it here. Not during. Give them some time to cool off. But we shall
Taylor
see.
Swift didn't wait. That was right in the middle there. Just right
she didn't
smack
care.
dab.
Yeah, she didn't care much about it. She just went for it, I guess. But there was a lot of speculation, a lot of conspiracy, many conspiracies, a lot of wishful thinking from some people this weekend. And all over the social medias, people were like, Trump's dead. He's dying. He's dying. I had no eyes for this for the previous 4 years, but I now am a visual doctor.
Facebook,
I can
Instagram,
see
Twitter, y'all see
I know what I'm looking at here. And there were lots of criticisms. I'll get into some of the rumors going around, how much of it is nonsense, how much of it is not. But it edged up from the fringes of the internets and then started to make its way into mainstream news outlets where they go, hey, folks, here's what's happening.
To a live look over the White House at this hour as we do talk about the rumors that have blown up all over social media regarding the whereabouts of President Donald Trump. The White House saying he is completely fine. Take a look right here at what I'm talking about. This shows the trending topics there.
Oh, trending topics, hashtag where is Trump? It says trending with all caps, no one mourns the wicked, which, okay. And then Melania, I guess, must have been trending along with it. I don't know what these people are wishful for, though, because I don't, when I think about things, I think about the logical outcomes, what's going to happen. And if Trump died, let's say the crazies are right. The crazies are onto something. Trump dies, right? He announces today, I'm dying, ladies and gentlemen. This is it.
I am dead.
Or I'm dead. If he announces he's dead.
I'm the deadest president.
That's a wild announcement we'll have a little bit later on. That would be a very, very crazy announcement, but we'll see what's going to go on. But if J.D. Vance took over, the folks who are kind of giddy about this, I don't know that it would be that much different. I don't know. I mean,
do you think, all right, there was at one point in his political career that J.D. Vance was a never Trumper. He was anti-Trump, and then all of a sudden it was like, I could be vice president if I just like this guy.
If I'm less anti.
Do you think that J.D. Vance would, if that thing were to happen and J.D. Vance takes the oath of office and gives his first address to the nation, do you think he goes, I'm going to continue on this legacy of the man I loved so much? Or he goes, well, sad to see him go, but this is my White House now, and I've got some ideas.
I think J.D. Vance is more like a run-of-the-mill conservative type. I think he's more, regular, traditional, a little right of most Republicans, conservative type dude. But I really don't think, for the people who don't like Trump, I don't think you'd be like, oh, thank God, President J.D. Vance is in office, and now, everything as well. Like, I don't think it would shape up well for you. I mean, maybe it's just like wanting people to die, or I don't know. But there was a lot to this, and then it made its way onto a bunch of these more mainstream outlets.
On Twitter or X. Now, over the last several hours, there have been several variations of hashtag Where is Trump? The reasoning is that the president is normally in front of the cameras near daily, making some kind of remarks and taking questions from reporters. His last real public appearance was a televised 3-hour meeting with his cabinet. We showed that to you here on Live Now from Fox. That was on Tuesday. For some, his Truth Social post last night about the appeals court ruling on tariffs was enough to calm the chatter, while others on social media expressed different conspiracy theories.
Yeah, there were a lot of theories, a lot of different things that I saw. It was getting many, many, many views. This was one from some dude named Adam. Who cares? And Adam's post, 8.7 million views. So a lot of people saw this. And it says, more proof of a Trump health cover-up. Trump leaves the White House again this morning, mouth agape. I will agree with you. Having your mouth open is a sign of incoming death.
Oh, God.
Also, I think that I'm dying. I know that I've said this on the show before, and I don't want to try to steal. I don't want to try to like Farrah Fawcett here. I don't want to try to steal the spotlight at all. But hasn't there been discussions, even on this show, that if you have a line on your thumb, if you have like a little line on your thumb that you're dying, like a line,
like your thumbnail?
Your thumbnail has like a line on it, and I mean that's like a sign that you're dying. I know that's been clickbait somewhere before.
You
never heard this? Just Google like.
I'm still getting rid of one in my thumb.
One of your thumbs?
I'm getting rid of a line in my thumb. Like it's working its way out of there.
Okay, good.
That's a way not to die, though. If you think about it, just cut off.
Just
the thumb.
get rid of it.
You can't have a thumb line if you don't have a thumb.
I have a line on my thumb. There's a little mark, a little hash mark, a little line on there. I don't know if you can see it, but I know I've seen that. That's the end. That's death. That's the end for me. But so he's got his mouth agape as he left the White House. So that's real bad. Then it says not allowed to speak with reporters. Then it gets weirder.
Good God.
Like full-on AI gaslighting, kind of weird. And they show a photo of Trump, and I don't know, he looks kind of the same.
I mean, it's a still photo. How do you know that his mouth is just agape the whole time?
Yeah, I don't know if his
neck's looking a little different. I got to be honest.
People have focused on
a little bit
on his overall look. Then it says he once again, quote, goes golfing at his club, and reporters are confined to the tennis court area, not allowed to speak to Trump. Do we feel like there's a problem with Trump not speaking to the media enough? Because I don't know. I feel like there's quite a bit of stuff out there. There's quite a bit of coverage.
That's why they think he's got a problem, because he's not doing the thing that he loves so much.
Exactly. He does it so often that, I mean, it's understandable. Some people are a little sus about it.
I think there's another theory here that nobody's really talking about.
What's that? What?
They said that all the reporters had to stay on the tennis courts and they couldn't watch him golf like they usually can.
Yeah.
I think Trump got the yips.
Oh,
he's got the yips. And
he's just shaking them out in the woods.
Yeah, they're just going every which way. And, you don't want Shanky McShank president. You want Watch This Drive president.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know this is also a visual here, but I'm going to explain this and you guys can weigh in. It says his team posts this picture with close friend and radio host John Fredericks. After days of outdated pictures, we finally get something that's current, but something is off. And then they show this photo with radio host John Fredericks. Is that a radio host, or is that, I mean, I was 89.9% sure that was John Lovitz.
It's not John Lovitz, but it's not.
I can see where you're seeing that. But
okay, no. It looks very John Lovitz-like. And I was like, I didn't know he was a fan. I didn't know what was going on with him. But, yeah, they said he met with this guy, some radio host.
And what else? What was weird about that picture?
I don't know. We got to find out.
That guy in the mirror reflection, you would have not known he had a tiny little man bun without.
This is a lady. That's a lady. That's a lady back there. Yeah, she's part of the staff.
Not a lady.
Right here, yeah, of course it is. This is a woman. Yeah, it's a woman in the mirror that's behind him. Let's see if she's mentioned. Other than the weird staging, we noticed that Trump's eyes are barely open, especially his right eye.
He's ripped.
Said This would be consistent with somebody recovering from a minor stroke or larger TIA who is recovering physically, but not fully well yet. You're really reading a lot in. I see a picture of Trump with a smile on his face, but I maybe I'm just the crazy one here. Then they said, but it's an odd smile for Trump. It's large, overly toothy, and uniform. The rare times he smiles with teeth, it's larger and on one side.
But not overly toothy.
It's not his clenched teeth full smile, and his face doesn't push back that much when he does it. Whoa, all right, some real evidence dropping. So then I thought, what about tools like FaceApp that use AI models to adjust a person's appearance? Since this isn't a press photo, we don't know if it's been edited. Then they try to say it's AI or something. He has crow's feet that are intensifying. He has lips that are furling in. This is all very, very bad, I would imagine. And then when you boost the contrast, you'll notice some other things.
Boost the contrast. This guy spent a lot of time on this.
Boost that contrast.
He just darkened the entirety of the photo, and then we're supposed to see something from it. Folks, you're not missing anything on the radio, okay? You can't really see anything. If there's nothing wrong with the president, then why is he not taking questions from the press? Why are they not allowed to see him golfing like usual? Why are we only getting controlled media releases? Why are all press images inconsistent with what his team puts out? Yada, yada, yada. So, I mean, this popped up to almost all the networks. Everybody was blabbing about it yesterday. And now we got a surprise press conference coming up today. So I, for one, I'm interested. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what this is all about. I think this is the only official thing I've seen.
And zero subject. They just said press conference.
Well, here it is. It says the White House, Washington. That's them. Daily guidance and press schedule. And then goes on to right here in a couple hours. The president, all caps, makes an announcement. Oval Office. That's it. That's all we got. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it's about. Neither do you, neither does your mama, neither does your friend who texts you about all these political things and has lots of theories. But we shall see. It'll be interesting to watch. It could be related to the video that also went mega viral over the weekend where somebody was just shoveling stuff out of a White House window. I don't know what that was about.
Just throwing things out the...
yeah.
Someone get caught cheating?
It kind of looked like that. I'll put this up on See It Now during the break. But this person was filming, and you could see in the White House. First of all, one of the windows is opened. C-Lane, Google White House, can you open windows? Because I don't think you can. I don't think you're allowed to. Yeah, I think at the White House, they're like, whoa, no. You're not allowed to open the windows. They might have like some areas where you could do this kind of stuff. But you are not supposed to open a window, as far as I'm aware. C-Lane will look that up in a second. But here's somebody videotaped this, and you see somebody just tossing trash out of a White House window. There it is. Windows open. Right there. There goes something. They tossed something out the window, like a trash bag looking thing, out the window, onto the ground, a couple of stories down.
Another one? Now let's say in that little outhouse on the end.
They're filming this from a ways away, zoomed in.
Right there, right? Right now, right? Oh, there you go. You got it? You zoomed in?
Something is being thrown out the windows.
I was having quite the party.
Could be body parts. Could be, I don't know, Epstein files was one of the suggestions. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's part of the big announcement that's coming on later today. But C-Lane, is there any rules or anything about what's going on with the White House window?
I mean, it says some windows in the White House can be opened. There are 147 windows in the building.
Damn.
But the ability to open them depends on specific window and its location within the property. Access to certain areas may be restricted. Reason windows may be closed or restricted: security, obviously.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Some may be permanently sealed or remain closed for security reasons, especially in highly sensitive areas. They also for climate control and preservation of some of the older stuff.
All the goodies they got in there, right?
It's what can't the president do while in office? 7 everyday things no president is allowed to do while in office.
I want this article updated with the amount that Trump has done just to check him off the list.
And we know what the very first one on this list is. It's the most popular, most famous one. Driving.
Yeah.
Current and former presidents are not allowed to drive on the open road. Use off-the-shelf electronic devices.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to Barack Obama, sitting presidents didn't have personal cell phones because of security. When he took office, he wasn't thrilled about having to hand over his beloved BlackBerry, convinced the advisors to let him hang on with a small circle of contacts. The following year, he got an iPad, blah, blah, blah. They called it Obamapad because it was a more secure, specially made version of the iPad. Attend children's performances or sporting events.
You can't do that?
Block people on social media. Use commercial airlines. They've definitely used... maybe that was...
No.
Let me tell you something.
If I am sitting on an airplane, one of the things that would most bother me is if they said, ladies and gentlemen, also on this plane, the President of the United States of America.
Why?
I don't know. I feel a lot more targeted on this flight right now than I normally would have because they don't want to blow old Sean Wasson out of the sky.
Here's
but
the thing,
no matter who's president, somebody wants to blow that son of a bitch out of the sky.
I see what you mean. There was a president that I think flew commercial when there was, some war stuff going on. I'd have to look that up. Maybe this Reader's Digest thing isn't so...
but that immediately becomes Air Force One, right?
True, yes.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, any airplane the president's on would become Air Force One, yeah.
It says the president, this is where the Windows thing came from.
Mm-hmm.
The president can't even open the windows on a beautiful spring day.
If I was president, I'd open a window.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I'd be like, you're not holding me back from doing this.
As she was anticipating the end of her husband's term, former First Lady Michelle Obama told late-night host Stephen Colbert, I want to do little things like, open a window. The simple action had been out of the question for years. For security reasons, opening windows is prohibited in the White House and the car. One exception mentioned by Michelle Obama, one day as a treat, my lead agent let me have my windows open on the way to Camp David. It was like 5 minutes out. He said, windows open, enjoy it. It's freedoms like these that we normal people often take for granted.
It's not enough for me. I want to be able to
open a damn window. That would suck.
Yeah, I want to be able to open windows. I want to be able to have that power. Some of this speculation as to what this whole surprise meeting that's coming up in 2.5 hours is all about. We'll take it on the show. We'll tune in. We'll see what this is all about. But some speculation says the Trump administration is planning to announce as early as today that it will relocate U.S. Space Command headquarters from Colorado Springs, Colorado to Huntsville, Alabama.
Whoa.
That's not a big announcement.
Yep.
That ain't going to do it. This would reverse a move made under Biden, which selected Colorado Springs as the permanent home for the military's newest.
Then it's almost definitely going to happen.
Yeah, true. But that's not a big enough announcement to do a live thing from the Oval Office.
And say nothing prior to that? He hasn't truthed, right?
He has truth. He's always truthed, but he hasn't really truthed about what's going on here as far as I know. Let me bring it up here. You just see what's happening. Truth Social. Chicago is the murder capital of the world, in all caps. I don't know that that's true, but
I thought it was Detroit.
Not a safe place. I'm pretty sure the murder capital of the world is not in the United States of America.
Oh, the world, yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, we might be talking about somewhere in South America, Central America might be. Can we look that up? Most murders per capita, that would be probably it, right? Most murders per capita in the world. I'm going to guess, I don't know. It might be in South America, Central America. What be my
cities
guess?
that have been labeled murder capital.
All right, Chicago has been labeled murder capital. I'm looking at it.
There isn't one single constant murder capital of the world. The title refers to cities with extremely high homicide rates. Tijuana, Mexico. El Salvador.
Jamaica.
Medellin, Colombia. Juarez, Mexico. St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, man, we're too high on that list. I don't like that. But he said Chicago was. And they said at least 54 people were shot in Chicago over the weekend. He's right. The violence there is terrible, and it's all gang violence in the same neighborhoods. It's over and over and over again. Then he truthed out. Boy, I got to tell you, this is quite odd. Is this real? It says, Woody Allen wants to direct Donald Trump in another movie after 1998's Celebrity. A pleasure to work with and a very good actor. What is that? What is the point of that? His fans.
And then the first comment there.
Woody Allen is a child-arring. This is bad. They're not fans of this particular.
What was the time difference between Murder Capital of the World and Woody Allen film?
That was 6:00 last night. Okay. The Woody Allen film action. The Murder Capital of the World was early on Tuesday morning. Just for the record, we're watching it all. We're trying to see what's going down out there. Lots of things to keep our eyes on today, and we certainly will do that. Let me pile that away here because when we come back, we'll probably get set up. I'll talk about something really awkward that happened to me yesterday. I tried something new for the first time in my life, and things just were stacked up against me. It was a very awkward thing. I'll explain what happened. And also,
so
we gotta get
all
to this.
About pegging next on the news.
It's not that. It's not that.
He's tried that already. Come on.
No, I haven't. The young boy at Hershey Park who was rescued and the fallout from that. Very interesting story. We haven't heard this. And so much more on the way. A very busy Share the Show Tuesday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
You never know just how you look through other people's eyes.
Real Music Weekend.
Below average, a high of only 89.
Hello. Hang on and log me out of chat. I'm going back into Mega Chat. It always goes back to pegging on this show. It doesn't go back to pegging for me. Pegging is gay. I am not a gay man. I'm not interested in somebody pegging me. God bless those who are. 3 minutes. 3 minutes and we're back live. Beha says, who's on your shirt? Who's on my shirt? Solanus Morissette. Solanus Morissette.
That's where solar installers in Florida come in. You call them up, they will design and install.
Pegging isn't gay if it's done by a lady. Definitely still gay.
Energy needs, and you can lock in the lower cost and enjoy predictable bills from years to come. Right now,
not even close?
Help that even more. Make that switch more.
Look, does this help?
With that 30%.
Isn't it ironic?
It's not lasting much longer.
It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride. And you owe it. See, it's her. It's beautiful.
And you can call them at 407-777-5050. That's 407-777-5050. Or check them out online.
Oh, I was wrong. It's obvious now. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are very, very perceptive. A lot of you are what you might call politically out there, but we can all come together on things like this. And I like that. I like that about you. Hello? Hi. Where are you going? Huh? You okay? Go out there and go fast. Go as fast as you ever had in your life. Don't get a ticket. Okay. Bye. Be safe, please. I just tuned in. We're talking about Watson getting pegged. It's going to be one of these shows. I don't ever bring it up. Never have any interest in bringing it up. You got to wonder the motivation behind those that are bringing it up. 2 minutes and we're coming back live. And I had a very, very, very awkward incident yesterday that I want to address.
Returns to the city of Mount Dora, Saturday, September 13th, featuring live music from Naomi Bradshaw and the Dot-Coms. Also featuring the music of Savannah Sabina, plus live wrestling.
The motive is to spread the gay agenda? Possibly. Possibly. You can never be too careful about these things. It's an effort to feminize me. I think that's the goal. It's like, actually, Sean is into this stuff. Secretly, if you got a hold of the files on his computer, you'd find he looks at this or this, and it's just not the case.
Get tickets now at realradio.fm/events.
So glad you're live. What a day to be live. We got about 2 hours until we have this Trump announcement. We'll figure out what that is together. That's going to be interesting. Stop being so judgy, Sean. How am I being judgy? How have I been judgy? So pegging does not equal gay? Well, to each their own. To each their own. I say it does. By the way, I don't know if this comes across or not, but I went and got lunch at this place the other day that had the most amazing cuck chair setup I've ever seen in my life. I can't show it to you right now because we're coming back from break. Remind me during the next break. I'll show you this setup. It was the most bizarre thing, but things got a little embarrassing this weekend. I'll explain that story in a moment. Here we go. We're coming back, friends. Buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Also, I was in a news story this week. We'll talk about that in 20 seconds, all right?
Or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
My name is Arnold Bogarty, and prior to me enrolling in Rasmussen to become a nurse, I spent 16 years in the military. I went to visit the campus. The facilities were amazing.
Rasmussen University. Are you ready to be your own hero? Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
The biggest stories of the day in all their glory and insanity. You're listening.
Mailing, we'll get into that. We got this surprise announcement coming up about not 2.5 hours, but 2 hours and 15 minutes or so. We'll see what happens there. There's a lot going on in the world today, as per usual, and we're diving through all things viral here on the show. Tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. ACS emails, and it says Sean was mentioned in an article on the Daily Mail, which is true. They had an article out this weekend, I think, that had some quotes for me, and it was about the Catholic church shooter incident. It says, Sean is mentioned in this article from the Daily Mail about the Catholic church shooter. I listened to the show, but I didn't realize Sean was so knowledgeable about the underground groups that prey on vulnerable people. Just a pause here in the email. I have, if you've been around on the show for a long time, you know, I have operated in various like weird ways in the depths and the underbelly of the internet. I've worked for a lot of really infamous websites, shock websites, and some of these other things. So I've learned a lot about that underbelly, that side of the internet that most people aren't aware of. And that's what they were talking about. It says, just wondered if you knew he was mentioned. I did. Link to the article below. Satanic terror groups that inspired the Minneapolis church shooter and target more teens every day is the title of the article. Pretty interesting, actually. I thought the lady did a good job. She talked to me, and then I pointed her to the guy we had just talked to, who was the school shooting database guy, and just had like tons of good insight. And she brought him into it as well. Kathy emails the show. Kathy says, I took my son, 2 grandkids, and their friends to the movies in Port St. Lucie this weekend. It was so dang expensive. It is expensive. Yeah, I mean, it gets pretty costly. It was close to $200 for 6 people, and only 3 were considered adults. I'm old, but damn, costs way too much to go to the theater. I got to tell you, I'm starting to put a line in the sand on the movie theater thing.
I just went for the first time since Barbie movie. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, did you?
Since Long Legs.
Oh, did you?
Just quite a while. And
what did you see?
Weapons.
Oh yeah, did you like it?
It was awesome.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I loved Weapons.
It was like pretty thrilling. You know?
But yeah, it was $45 between the two of us and snacks and drink.
Yeah, it's pricey. And for me, I'm like, I don't want to go to the regular theaters personally. I don't know how you feel about that, Sabrina, but for me, I want
recliner.
I want the recliner. I want like the RPX or the.
Aren't the regular theaters mostly getting recliners now anyway?
Yeah,
like,
or shut down.
Not where I'm going. I mean, we just went to Disney Springs, and I'll tell you about how awkward and insane that went, because that was a wild time this weekend. But we just went, and they had like just regular chairs right next to each other, like inches between you and the person next to each other. And you're right. It is very, very expensive. She's way too much to go to the theater. The theater was pretty empty, but my seat kept getting kicked. I never complained or made any noises. All caps. I will never go to another movie theater again.
Whoa.
Never going to go. But I don't know where went to see Weapons. I loved the movie, laughed, and got scared. Overall, a great movie. So that's two people for it.
Didn't this person say that the theater was pretty empty, but her seat kept getting kicked? Like, so whoever else was in the theater was right behind her?
I guess so.
That's a little annoying.
Yeah, I mean, it is expensive. There's no doubt about it. It's more expensive nowadays to go to the movies. I just want those little extra things, and I'll pay double. Like, if I can have... We went to one of the theaters. It was like an RPX theater with like better sound, better everything. Small theater, much smaller, so I know I'm going to pay more. Courtney and I had our 2 seats next to each other, and then there was like 2 feet, and then there was a grouping of another 2 seats. Nobody was anywhere near us. We didn't hear any conversations from anybody. It was nice and loud. There was rumbles in the seats, and like, I will pay double the price of a ticket to have that much, much better experience.
Ashley,
I like it.
When Ashley lived in New York, she went to a movie theater that had, they called them pods. Mm-hmm. And like, so it was like 2 or 4 seats per pod. And I think you could probably order food and they would deliver it to your pod. But I think it was very much like you're saying, you were sort of secluded from the other people enjoying the
space.
Movie. Yeah.
You had a little extra space, which I like. I mean, would you pay double the price of whatever you pay for a movie ticket right now to have nobody next to you and have like extra room, reclining chair, rumble seats?
I just expect that already.
I do too. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. That's the experience that I want. That's what I will be looking for. And I have to tell you this. We went to watch we've never done this before, but last night we went to watch a movie, and it's a special one that they do. It's called Seen, as in movie scene, Unseen.
I thought it was, is it Seen or Screen?
Screen. You're right. You're right. It is. Yeah. Screen Unseen, I think is what it is. It's got different names for the different chains, but all the theater chains like Regal and AMC and stuff have this
AMC
thing.
is Screen Unseen.
Yeah, AMC was what I went to. It was Screen Unseen, and basically you get the ticket, but you have no idea what movie it's going to be.
I've heard about this. Yeah.
You just know it's going to be a new movie, okay? You know it's going to be a new movie, and Screen Unseen, it's a new movie that nobody's seen before.
They have versions of this where they're not necessarily brand new movies. Like this one says
like
AMC Screen Unseen, guests can watch a never before seen film. They will share the rating ahead of time, but the feature presentation will remain a mystery until showtime. I've heard of other theaters doing this where it's like either a classic film or they'll tell you a genre of film, like you're going to a mystery horror movie, a mystery comedy movie, and you just get to be surprised and enjoy the movie.
Yeah, they have these. They're popular. People really like them.
We talked to a friend of mine a handful of years ago on the show that went on a vacation that was like this.
That's crazy.
That was like she was told, and I kind of guessed in my head where she was going. They were told clues about where they were going, and so they would know what to pack.
Yeah,
but they didn't know until getting to the airport where they were actually headed.
Yep.
All they tell you for the Screen Unseen thing is that you're going to watch a movie that's rated this. So, like, they say rated R. And then they also say that here's the runtime. And they lie about the runtime so that you can't.
Hey, that's not right.
That's smart.
Babysitters.
They say that the runtime is like 15 minutes within what the actual runtime is. So all you know is what the movie is rated, and then what the roundabout runtime is. And this was a very popular one for a particular reason. I'll talk about what went down at this and how things got really weird when we come back. Plus a new thing they're trying at the movies, which is just a wild idea. I don't know if I would survive this or not, but we'll get into that. And we have to talk about what happened at Hershey Park with this young boy, one of the most insane stories of the weekend. If you didn't hear anything about this, you got to hear the details. And those are on the way. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The NFL season kicks off for the Tampa Bay Bucks when they go to Atlanta to face the Falcons this Sunday. Coverage starts at 12 noon on Real Radio 104.1 and the...
Guys, I want to apologize.
Emergency crews have moved.
I want to apologize.
Left shoulder now on I-4 eastbound approaching Central Florida Parkway. Traffic's backed up from Apopka Vineland Road. The right lane's.
I want to apologize. I was gonna get a haircut on Sunday, but the hair place that I go to, Great Clips, very, very nice, high-end haircut place called Great Clips. You never heard of it, I'm sure. They were too busy on Sunday, and then yesterday they closed at 2 for Labor Day. So I want to apologize for the, like if you catch the little whiffs, the curls going on here. I'll get a haircut this week, I assure you, okay? It's okay, we still tolerate your face. I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible, okay? Hello, Water Boys. Hey, Night Nurse. Hey, Pharaoh Kitten. Hey, Mr. Taking Time. Fizzy Boy. Cosidius. Tammy. Hello, everybody. Welcome on board. We've now got officially 2 hours until this surprise announcement from the White House, which will be interesting. They don't do hot towels there? Do you seem like a hot towel guy? I strike you as a hot towel guy? Go get a free one at Sea Line's Little Boy Hole get-together Thursday. I would love to, but I don't want to stomp on his event. I want to give his event the space it deserves and let him have fun. So it's not my client. It's not my client. But it is a good thing. Sea Lane's going to talk about that today. Gentlemen, if you want a haircut and you want to have a drink and you want to hang out with Sea Lane, he's going to be talking about that. I do listen to him. Haircut? Need a trim on the old Mississippi mud flap? What is the Mississippi mud flap? Is it a butt thing? Is it another butt thing you guys are doing? Mr. Predicto. Is a Mississippi mud flap something to do with your butthole?
That is a likely outcome.
That is. I thought so too, Mr. Predicto. Mississippi mud flap does sound like a butt thing. Hair around the sides, not much on top. It's a woman's, you know. Eden96 says, is that Dorothy on your shirt? No, this isn't Dorothy. It's Lisa Loeb. This is Lisa Loeb. Have you never seen Lisa Loeb? You say, touch slow all the time. 3 minutes, and we're back live on the show. I want to encourage you to do something right now that will add a lot of fun to your life. That is unlock the world of secret shows. It's the underbelly of the news junkie. Uncensored weekly shows and unfettered access to thenewsjunkie.com. There is a completely revamped version of some of the portions of the website, like See It Now is getting a big revamp. It will only be for Secret Show subscribers. Okay? It will only be for Secret Show subscribers because it's a fantastic redo of See It Now. The search feature of the website, which is beautiful, they've done a great job on that, is coming out. Anybody will be able to use that. But I would encourage you to sign up. It's $2.99 a month for audio. If you want to do video, $5.99 a month. Just pay for the year, forget about it, enjoy it, have fun, and you can get either a random magnet. After you sign up, it'll say claim your gift. You can get a random magnet. There's lots of different options. You can get a no shit Warlock pin. Choose that as your gift after signing up for Secret Shows. or you can get a Skin Bear sticker. Whatever you do, get yours now. You also get a shout out on the show if you gift secret shows. So spread the word and gift secret shows over on thenewsjunkie.com. I would actually be curious as to how many of the first day Secret Show subscribers are still subscribing. It's been a long time, okay? I don't know, 8 years or something? Maybe longer than that? I have no idea what the percentage of the original subs there are. There's a lot of people who their subscriptions to Secret Shows expired and then they came back in afterwards, losing like their legacy accounts and stuff, so that makes it even harder to track. But it's a great community of people. Great community of people.
You can help save
Unlock it.
by cleaning out your closet.
Thank you, Big
Here's
Digits.
a special happy hour at Johnny's Other Side, benefiting the
1 minute.
Cancer Screening Fund in partnership with Funds to Orgs. Beginning September 19th, drop off your gently worn used or
Sean will start posting thirst traps on See It Now.
or Surfside iced tea or lemonade. If you join
Maybe.
sponsors for their Kicks for Cancer happy hour on Wednesday, September 24th, you get the free drink along with some real
Thank you, Yellow Jack.
and a shot at our raffle prizes. The more
God bless you. God bless your soul.
Orgs, the bigger the financial donation to the Carla K Cancer Screening Fund that helps provide
There we go.
life-saving cancer screenings. Get more details at Real Radio.
Donated shoes to Funds to Orgs, the bigger the financial donation to the Carla K Cancer Screening Fund that helps provide life-saving cancer screenings. Get more details at realradio.fm/kicks and clean out your closet and help save lives.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. He's smiling, and that alone should scare you. This is
Press conference announcement from the White House. I have no idea what's going to happen there, but it could be interesting, and we'll tune into that when it happens. And also, we'll hear from you today. Email the show, tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. Also, you can join us with the dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. I want to get into the crazy story this weekend about this incident that happened, of all places, at Hershey Park, and what it shows about people based on the reactions that I was seeing. But this weekend we did, as I was telling you, we went to this thing. We'd never done it before. It's called Screen Unseen. And they tell you there's a brand new movie. You're going to see a sneak peek of it, but we ain't telling you nothing about this movie other than here's the rating. And they told us rated R, right? And they said it's around-ish this many minutes. And all of the speculation online, all of it, was that it's going to be The Long Walk, the Stephen King movie. And I said, oh, man, I want to see that.
No.
I want to see it.
Did you do the thing that I saw all over TikTok?
What's that? What are you talking
Were you
about?
on a treadmill?
No, but that is an interesting way that they've been promoting this movie.
What to say?
So if you don't know what Sabrina's talking about, the movie that I just mentioned, The Long Walk, is about these boys who take part in this thing that happens in this Stephen King movie. Stephen King wrote this. It was one of his first books. Then he did nothing with it for his whole career, and now they've optioned that one of his first books to be this movie called The Long Walk. The Long Walk is about these young boys. They all get together and they take part in this thing where if you're the last one walking, you win something. You're the winner of the long walk. But if you're not the last one walking, if you can't keep up with the speed that everybody else is going, or you stop walking for any reason, well, guess what, friends? You are dead. They kill you. And it's really interesting looking. And one of the things they've done to try to get people involved in this is they've had some screenings as of this weekend where they have treadmills. And if you go below 3 miles an hour, which is the premise of the movie, The Long Walk, then they remove you from the theater. And
it was so interesting to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you're exercising and you're kind of like doing a challenge and you're watching the movie all at one time.
I'm good to just watch the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was the complete opposite while watching the trailer for that movie, which was like just eagle spread on a recliner, stuffing popcorn in my mouth.
Yeah. So they've tried that out. And then we were so sure, screen unseen, let's get these mystery tickets. We're going to sit down and we're going to watch this movie. And so the movie theater is packed. It's one of the ones that sucks with the seats didn't even, they just kind of, you can lean back in them, but they don't like have the reclining feature or anything. Everybody's on top of each other. The screen unseen things also bring out a particular type of moviegoer.
Is it cheaper or?
I think a lot of the people that do it are the movie members. So they get the free, like several movies a week. And I can tell you, they are very willing to walk out when they don't care about seeing the movie. So we're sitting there waiting, and they're doing the previews and stuff. And then it's everybody has no idea what this movie is. I'm going, come on, The Long Walk. Come on, The Long Walk. They said it was going to be The Long Walk. And the title of the movie pops on the screen. And it's some movie that's coming out soon called The Threesome. And I go, this isn't what we wanted to watch. We wanted to watch The Long Walk. And I said, man, we should just get out of here because this isn't the movie that we wanted to see. Even though we spent like $50 or something on the tickets, we were like, forget it. Let's not waste the time watching a 2-hour movie that we really don't care about seeing that much. But the entire row behind me was all gay dudes. All gay dudes and like a couple of ladies that were sitting behind me, and they were very talkative. So it was, I could hear what was going on. And they, like, I wasn't just guessing that they were gay. They were mentioning that they were gay. There was a trailer playing with gay dudes on it. They were like, the whole row behind me was gay dudes. The problem is when the movie shows up for screen unseen and they reveal what the movie is, the whole beginning of it is gay. There's like a gay marriage going on. There's like a whole gay centered thing going on. And then I thought, I don't want to be the guy who steps up and leaves the movie theater because it looks like the movie's revealed as a gay movie.
Stephen King movie.
It's not my Stephen King movie. But now I look like I don't want to watch the gay movie. And so the guys behind me, I'm thinking, are going to be like, oh, this guy doesn't want the gay movie. And there's going to be some judgmental stuff going on. And so I'm like, oh, we'll stay here. And we were going to just watch a little bit of the movie. So we got past that uncomfortability. Whole row of gay guys stands up and leaves. Every single one of them. Every one of them. The whole row. The entire theater, save for like 4 or 5 people, empties out because they didn't want to watch this movie, which, by the way, I will watch eventually, and it's a funny premise. It's a guy who goes out and he hooks up with some girl that he meets, but he has a threesome with the girl and this coworker that he's always wanted to hook up with. That's why the movie's called The Threesome. And in this one-night stand threesome, he gets both of them pregnant. And that's the premise for the story. And it was like, okay, this is pretty fun. But
this is like Knocked Up 2.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it sounded fun. I just didn't want to see it. But then you don't want to walk out because you're like, oh, God, it's going to seem like I'm making some moral stance that I don't want to watch the movie because it's not The Long Walk and it's some gay movie that's on here. But the gay dudes were the first to bolt out of there. They were like, it's not Stephen King. And all of them hauled ass out of the theater. And then before we knew it, we were like, some of the only ones in there. And Courtney goes, you want to just get out of here? And I go, yeah. Let's go. We learned a lesson from this. And I still want to see The Long Walk. It looks so good. But this wasn't the time for us, unfortunately. If you've ever seen a movie like that, it seems like that's what happens. Everybody books their tickets. A lot of them use their free tickets from the Insider Club. And then if it's not one that they want to see, and they're all like talking on Reddit and stuff, like they'll announce it. Some people reserve their seats and they wait for the person to post online the confirmation of what the movie is. And if it's the movie they want to see, then they drive to the theater and they go see it like after it's already started. Very weird experience. I kind of would rather just know what I'm going to see at the theater. But if you've ever done that before, let me know your experience. Send a dispatch over on thenewsjunkie.com. All right. Let's talk about Hershey Park, which anybody ever been to Hershey Park?
I have not.
Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
Yes, in Pennsylvania.
So, I have not been to the theme park, but I definitely remember going to that, like, the Hershey plant. And then doing this weird ride inside. Where They showed you how chocolate was made, but it gives you, it's a small world vibes where everything's kind of crusty and hasn't been changed for decades.
Okay.
That was the extent of it.
This is, I think, just a full-on theme park, like Dollywood or like Six Flags or like any of the theme parks that you could think of. It's a big theme park that people go to in Pennsylvania. And this little kid is at this theme park this weekend, and it's prompted so many crazy conversations. They have a monorail there, and they're kind of trying to get in on the monorail action. They may have had one for a long time. I don't know how long, but I'm only used to monorails in Orlando, Florida. For those who are uninitiated, Orlando has a monorail at the airport. Like almost right away, when you go to the airport, you get on a monorail, and it drives you over to the place where you get your luggage and all that stuff. And then if you go to the theme parks in Orlando, you'll find a monorail sometimes, especially at, Disney. You're going to get a monorail there. But you don't see them any other places, except for this place in Pennsylvania. And I guess this little kid was a big monorail fan. For those of you watching, you can watch over on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. The kid climbed up. He got up onto the monorail track.
Do you think
at the park?
Do you think he climbed up or got onto the track at one of the stations and walked out?
They said he got to some place that was roped off, got around turnstiles, started to walk down into this place, and then walked down the tracks.
And he's being so nonchalant about it.
He's chilling. He is a little kid.
Hey,
I would say. I'm gonna do a little guessing here,
because to climb the monorail track to get on top of it, I think would be super, super dangerous on account of, don't they have electrified tracks? Like, isn't that how the monorail is?
They might, yeah. In the middle, like in the middle portion, he's on the track itself. Ceiling would know better. It's really hard to say because we're a little bit away here, but maybe like 3 or 4 years old or something. I mean, he's not very old.
Oh, he wouldn't be 3. He's older than 3 or 4. You
think so?
5?
Yeah, he's adventurous enough, but not falling over.
Okay.
Right.
So he is up on top of the tracks on the monorail, and all the adults below see him. And if we had to guess, we'd probably say he's 20-something feet up in the air. He could die from the height that he's at,
easily,
for sure. If he landed on like his neck or his head or something, he certainly would hurt himself very bad. And he's just on these monorail tracks, and he's looking down, and the whole of the crowd at Hershey Park notices this kid is in trouble. And they all start talking. They're all like, "Oh, come over here, get down, come over here." That's them screaming at the kid. The whole crowd is screaming. The kid's like,
At one point, the little kid's covering his ears.
Yeah, because they're all yelling at him.
Get away. And I think hopefully at some point they all realize screaming at him is not helping.
They all were like kind of going, go over here, do this. And the little kid is just up there all by himself. Some people screaming at him.
Stop! Keep going, no!
Oh, so you can hear this.
Keep going.
Little confusion over what he should do on the monorail tracks, 20-something feet up in the air. Stop, little kid. No, keep going. No, do this. He doesn't know exactly what to do.
No, keep going.
He's covering his ears.
This way.
He's going back the wrong way now.
He's like, "I'm not listening to you. La, 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 la."
Now, some other guy jumps up on the tracks, the monorail tracks himself.
Which he had to do like a running start.
Yeah, he gets up on top of like a restaurant there, and then from the restaurant can jump up on top of the monorail tracks. He's trying to save this little kid. People are like medicalizing him from the crowd. I think that lady just said, "He's autistic!" Like,
stop, no, drop.
Unless you're the parents, are you just assuming like he's an autist? This kid's up there because he's autistic? I don't know where they got that from to begin with, but there's people shouting that out. And the guy stands up on top of the tracks. Yeah.
All right, everyone starts walking away.
Yeah, so they cheers for the guy. They clap. They're very, very happy that this child has been saved in this heart-stopping moment. And there was a whole bunch of people in their reaction to this. Let me see if I can bring up one of the stories where they were talking about who was to blame here. And it said, the people telling him to stop are idiots. Dramatic rescue at Hershey Park after boy is found walking alone on the monorail track. All these idiots are yelling and the poor kid has to cover his ears, says. There's like almost so many people reacting to this. Wow, a man jumped onto the monorail track to save a little boy with autism. I don't even know if that's confirmed by anybody. We just think he's autistic because he's on the tracks. And they said, this guy deserves a shout out and a beer. Little boy just chilling, no huge danger.
Oh, I
just
do have confirmation.
No huge danger.
Do you?
Yeah, I got the confirmation from this guy.
He's autistic! I don't know if he's related. I don't know. Well, maybe he is. I don't know.
Now, I did see he was reported missing by the parents.
Yeah. He wandered away from the parents.
Prior
he was
to
reported missing. But to say the little boy was just chilling, no huge danger, bro, he was. You don't have a kid. This person doesn't have a kid. He's definitely in huge danger.
I mean, I don't have a kid, and you could see he's in huge danger. There was nothing to stop him from falling off the railing besides his own cognizance.
Yeah,
and everyone yelling at him.
There's no safety apparatus. He's just walking on a pylon 20-something feet in the air, and he's a little tiny kid. It's a miracle that he didn't fall before that. It says adults freaking out and screaming. Again, little boy just chilling, no huge danger. That's ridiculous. Adults freaking out and screaming, making the child now scared. Adults finger waving, making the child think he's going to be punished. Adults sending the wrong, confusing signals. Stop. No, go left. Go right. Stop. And the criticism was all for all the idiots and the people in the crowd. All the people in the crowd were yelling. All these idiots yelling, and the poor kid has to cover his ears. People blaming Hershey or Hershey's security, yada, yada, yada. Somebody finally pops in with hey, parents need to parent. The reason this kid was able to get to some secured area, I put that in air quotes, that was roped off, and then the kid was able to get past a turnstile because he's little, and then go where he wasn't supposed to go and climb up onto the tracks at this place at Hershey Park is based on two things, okay, that anybody with a brain knows went wrong. Not the people yelling in the crowd trying to save the little kid and, eventually saving the little kid. Not them, but two things. One, you can blame the security at the park. There should be no areas like this where little kids, even if they're unattended, should just be able to wander off and put themselves in danger like this at a theme park. It should be secured. A little kid should not be able to get through. If you need somebody there watching the area, that's fine or whatever. But you shouldn't be able to do that. But the biggest and most obvious thing here is, where are the parents? You cannot lose track of your child like this. You cannot let your kid get lost enough to go wandering up on the monorail. And nobody is perfect. I know that. I've made mistakes in parenting, certainly. Even monorail-related mistakes. I've made those. I was like, how
forgot
deep
about that.
Yeah, how deep my bench goes in the parenting mistakes.
At least he was inside of the monorail.
No, he wasn't. No, I was
on
inside
the
of the
tracks?
monorail.
Oh.
No, Dylan didn't make it into the monorail somehow. And we were on the monorail and we were pulling away, and I looked down and I'm like, there's Dylan. He's on the ground. he was older. He was 12 or something. But I had to go stay there. Don't move. Because then you got to take the monorail all the way to its destination where it's going 10 minutes away. And you have to ride it all the way back. And the little kid is just sitting there the whole time. And I'm like, don't go anywhere. Stay right there. So I get it. Parents can make mistakes. But to look at this and just blame a crowd that was trying to save a little kid's life, you're like, oh, he was fine. Everything was fine. When I look at this kind of stuff, it's the parents. You got to keep a better eye on it. You got it. You can't do this. You got to keep an eye on your kids. If C-Lane looked over and he sees Jackson on top of the monorail tracks, he might have something to say about the people screaming at him, but I think you're going to be quick to judging yourself. You're going to be like, oh my God, what did I do? Holy cow, the kid's on top of the tracks here. This is a catastrophe. And it's kind of interesting how people tend to, they either blame solely the folks yelling at the little kid, he thinks he's in trouble. And I think a lot of that is people who did not have kids or don't have experience being around kids or haven't babysat or whatever. And they just think this is how everything should work, versus parents who look and go, damn, you can't let your kid wander away that far. So let us know what you think if you've seen this. That's certainly gone viral over the weekend. A lot of people commenting about it. And we'd love to hear from you. So send us a dispatch on the website over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. Let's see here real quick. A lot of people emailing this show. A lot of people talking about the big announcement coming up in about an hour and 40 minutes with their own little theories. Maybe he lost his voice, says somebody. I don't think that's it. Ed says, don't we all know this moron by now? He loves the attention. He'll come out and make some half-assed jokes about not being dead and then do some lame little dance to show how fit and agile he is. End of big announcement. Well, then what's the proper way to do it? Because if you're not talking to anybody, then there's a huge conspiracy that you're dead and that runs wild and it goes away. But if you do speak up and say something, that's wrong too. I mean, what's the correct, Ed, what is the correct response to this? What is what you think is the correct response? Let us know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. Real quick, here's somebody talking about the monorail situation.
What up, News Junkie? Hey. Dingo here. Got to chime in real quick about the kid on the monorail. Man, yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. There is, you got to watch that third rail. It's energized, and it's 480 volts. It'll get you.
480 volts? I'm no electrician, but that sounds like
it's a lot of volts.
That sounds like a lot.
You know, like when you lick a 9 volt and you feel it a little bit? That's only 9 volts.
God, I haven't licked a 9 volt in years.
I think I just did it the other day.
Why?
Yeah, you test them. Yeah. It's like a really dumb way of testing them. You put your tongue on both the terminals of the 9 volt.
You never tested a 9 volt like that?
No, I have a battery tester. Or just
that works better.
If it doesn't work on the device that I'm using it for, I just have to assume it's dead.
That's another way to do it. Or you can
put
it on your tongue. Yeah, put them on your tongue. You get a little zap. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to more of your thoughts. We'll get closer to this surprise announcement that's coming up. We got to talk about The Rock. There's a lot of discussion around Dwayne The Rock Johnson, what's happening with him. We have many things to get to. Rudy Giuliani is going to pop up in a weird-ass story and so much more on a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Bold takes, bad jokes, and too much honesty. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Slowing down traffic on I-4 eastbound.
Hey, everybody.
Central Florida Parkway, that's off to the left shoulder. Move over and slow down.
The Rock is looking like a pebble?
Emergency vehicles on the roadways.
We'll talk about this in a second.
Traffic troubles, call of Alameda.
That's not a third rail on the monorail. The monorail runs on tires. It does run on tires. I know that. The tires go on the side of the rail. I've seen that. But does it not have a power source that's on the tracks? Because I'll tell you, not that I don't trust you, Insecure Walrus, I know from absolutely experience looking down, and there are high voltage warnings on the tracks, at least at Disney. The monorail wasn't in service anymore at that park, was the story I read. Yeah, the monorail was not in service, at least for the moment, and the area was supposed to be blocked off. He said, Insecure Walrus says the electricity is actually underneath. You couldn't get to it if you reached down to try to touch it from the track.
And right now, you buy 2 windows, you get 1 free. Installation is in.
How the hell did that kid get up there? He got up there because his parents lost track of him.
For upgrading your home. And
right?
They want to rescue.
If you got a little kid, I hate to say this. I hate to say this. If you got a little wayward kid that runs off, that does stuff like this, that might run off up to the monorail tracks and just be like, hey, everybody. You know what you got to do?
20129 for Reese Windows and Doors.
Anybody know what you got to do? If you have a wayward kid that may run away and you're in a public place like this, what do you have to do? What's the right answer? A leash. That's right. You got a little wayward kid running around like crazy, jumping up on the monorail tracks? I know you don't want to be the leash person. You got to put your kid on one of them leashes. Because when your little kid is pulling around like this, at least they're not up on the tracks. a leash. Yeah, that's right.
So why settle for a one-size-fits-all display? That's where volume comes in.
Somebody needs to send that kid to El Salvador?
Watch your gut volume with a simple at-home test.
Maybe.
So you know exactly what foods and supplements are right for you.
Sean, show the video you were going to? Oh, not a video. I was going to say, I went to a restaurant, and the restaurant had the ultimate cuck chair. So, let's see if I can show this to you. Can you see this? Maybe I have to do this way. Hang on. You see this? All right. That's the table at this restaurant, right? There's a table, and then in the corner, surrounded by beer, is that not the weirdest restaurant cuck chair you've ever seen in your life? What is the point of this chair? It's like a cuck chair to sit there and watch somebody have an actual meal. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very strange.
Highly recommend Renewal by Anderson. Right now, during their big logo event, buy one replacement window or patio door, get the second.
3 minutes and we're coming back.
Leslie wrote down.
And we're 90 minutes from the Trump surprise presser in the Oval Office. Don't know what the announcement's going to be yet. There's some theories out there. If it's simply moving the headquarters of this space program office from a place that Biden wanted to announce before, that seems like a weird reason to hype things up. Maybe it's about these health issues and the conspiracies. I don't know. It's their crying chair. What Wawa has a cuck chair? Not Wawa. Not Wawa. 903 Mills.
Next time, go to RC Hill, Mitsubishi. Right, RC? That's right. It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down. But I still owe thousands on my trade.
That's a makeshift ladder to reach the top shelf. This is from a short person, says Tanya. It could be. Maybe. You should have sat in it. BDMX Con says Congress is back today, so this surprise announcement from Trump is to distract from renewed calls for Epstein disclosures. I don't know. I feel like since they dropped the interview with Ghislaine Maxwell, which didn't really get us anywhere, some of the heat has pulled off on the Epstein front. And now the only people I see really talking the most about Epstein are like very left-aligned people on social media. That's what I see. But I do not think, I would not be surprised, I should say, if this press conference is directly a reaction to all of the conspiracy theories about Trump's health, and they at least mention that, you know? It might have a different subject matter, but I would be very, very, very surprised if it didn't at least come up at some point. 1 minute, we're coming back.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipids.
Ghislaine Maxwell got offered a deal, so I don't trust her disclosures. Yeah, but even if she didn't, would you? I feel like it's so preloaded. It's like people would trust it if she said what they want them, what they want her to say. I think people would trust it if it confirmed their, if it confirmed their already held beliefs about this. I think if they were proven right by Ghislaine, they would appreciate it. If their priors were confirmed, I should say, they would agree with it, and if not, then they would ignore it. I think that's how most people diagnose this stuff, which is not useful, really. But all right, here we go. We're coming back.
At the center of a chilling true crime story.
Does anyone know what show they've come to see? It's a story. It's about the scariest night of my life.
This is Wisecrack, available now. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Wisecrack, and listen now.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
where common sense meets complete nonsense. This is the News Junkie.
Tuesday. I'm just glad you're with us. You know, if I'm honest with you, I'm happy. If you want to actually share the show, that'd be great too. But either way, thank you for hanging out with us today. And I got to tell you, as of late, just in public and stuff, there's been more people than ever that I've been seeing out of places that have been coming up saying, I love the show. Hey, thanks so much for doing the show every day. I have seen like some sort of renewed interest in the show in the last probably 3 months in particular. So to everybody that I've seen out there in public, thank you. To those of you who do see me out somewhere, don't be scared. I'm not the guy they told you I was, or maybe I am. We talked last week briefly about the dude who he was at a tennis match, and then this star tennis player was trying to give a kid his hat.
I saw this guy blow up online over the weekend. Like we talked about it last week?
We talked about it the week before. Week. I think last week. And then there weren't really many details.
Besides the fact that the tennis player was trying to track down the kid.
Yeah. And he wanted to like hook the kid up because the dude who's a grown ass adult took the hat that the tennis player was trying to give him.
And then I found maybe Friday evening or Saturday afternoon that they had identified the man and figured out what his name was, what he does for a living, and that he was a big time CEO or something.
Yeah, another CEO.
Yeah.
CEOs, lay low. Come on.
Yeah. What are you doing out there, these bumbling CEOs? And there was a couple of fake announcements. There was some that were like, kiss my ass, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That little kid had to come in.
Too slow. Sorry.
Yeah, loser. Next time, get it, loser. Go play on the monorail tracks. Some of those kind of statements that were out there that I immediately knew were fake. But this is the real deal. The guy is a CEO of some company. They identified him. They said, you're the one who stole this hat that the tennis star wanted to give to a little kid. It says, in connection with the incident that occurred during the tennis match at the U.S. Open, I would like to unequivocally apologize to the young boy, his family, all the fans, and the player himself. This dude has been getting some heat.
Yeah.
That's what this is. I take full responsibility for my extremely poor judgment and hurtful actions. It was never my intent to steal away a prize memento from the young fan. Yes, it was. You grabbed the hat away from the kid, and then you put it in your wife's purse like you were that guy on the Home Alone movies. Put it in your purse. You grabbed it. You made sure you got it, and the kid didn't get it, and you shoved it in your wife's purse at the time. He said, I became caught up in the heat of the moment and the joy of the victory, and I believed the tennis player was handing a hat to me to give to my sons who had previously asked for autographs. Sure.
Your sons were nowhere nearby.
Yeah, they're not in frame.
What made you think that it was going to you after it was in that other child's hands?
Yeah, he literally had, the kid had the hat, and you yanked it away from him.
How dumb does he think people are with a statement like that?
Let's see how dumb they actually are. I want to see what the response is to his comment is in a moment here. We'll go to the actual response and see if people are like, okay, all right. Or if they're like, no, resign, buddy. You're worse than the Cracker Barrel lady. This is the new thing we're focused on. He said, I have sent the hat back to the boy and extended my sincere apologies to his family. I hope at least to a small extent I was able to repair the harm I caused. I also want to state clearly, neither I nor my wife nor my sons commented on this situation on social media or on any other platform. We did not hire any law firm regarding this matter. So these are all about the fake statements.
Yeah.
For years, my wife and I have been involved in supporting children and young athletes. Oh, my best friends are black. That's what the guy's getting into here. But this incident has shown me that a moment of inattention can undo years of work and support. It's a painful but necessary lesson in humility. Going forward, he promises, I will engage more actively in initiatives that support children and youth. Once again, I apologize to everybody I let down. I've decided to disable the ability to comment on this post, says Peter Surzik. Peter, come on. What are you doing?
Is it Peter or Piotr?
Peter, I think. Piotr? Would that be Peter? Seems
I
like
have no clue.
And then his last name is just a bunch of S's and C's and C's.
Peter Sazerac.
Probably it would be referred to as that. But he turned off the comments on it. Let me pull up his actual post. I think he did. 99 shares, 2.9 thousand reactions. And no, he turned off. He
click
turned
the
off
shares
the
part, because I think when you share something, you can add your own commentary to it, or other people can comment on it.
Bro just got mad and he got called out. Just think how he treats his customer based on how he treated the kid. Nobody really siding with him. Peter is a total a-hole.
Do we know what he's the CEO of? This is the weird thing with the Coldplay guy. We found out what his company was called. We tried to figure out what exactly they do. What would you say you do here?
Right.
Really? Yeah. But and then there was that whole thing with was it Gwyneth Paltrow that did the commercial for them?
Yes.
But I haven't seen what company this person, because they're saying like he probably does this to his customers too, which is a stretch. Like he even deals with his own customers if he's the CEO.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he's the CEO of. I just keep hearing CEO this, CEO that.
He's from Poland, so it's some company in Poland, and people are just roasting him, as you could imagine. Deservedly so. He took a hat from a kid at a tennis match. My God. It's not about you, Mr. Rich CEO guy. It's about the kids out there having fun, at least hopefully. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, we got a lot on the way on the show. As I said, we got this big surprise announcement coming up in less than an hour and a half. We'll see what the hell's happening there. We got you and your feedback. We got the Rudy Giuliani mystery coming up. We got Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And we got the next episode. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? The NFL 2025 season is kicking off this week, so why not place bets on the Super Bowl halftime performer already? Move over, K-pop Demon Hunters. A Texas theater chain has their own way to fight off evil on the big screen. Plus, a Korn fan was arrested for taking his freak off the leash and almost coming undone by fellow concert goers. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Tuesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting a couple of hit and miss showers and storms, about a 50% chance of rain. Temperature-wise today will still be below normal with highs right around the upper 80s, a high of 89 to be exact in Orlando. As we head throughout the coming days, we'll likely see a slight drop-off in terms of our shower and storm chances. But as we enter the weekend, things do look to pick back up, especially our temperatures too, with highs back in the low 90s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. This Labor Day at Lowe's, get up to 40% off select major appliances, plus get next day delivery on hundreds of appliances. Valid on eligible in-stock orders through 9/10/25. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. subject to product and driver availability. Fees based on purchase. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Folks, there couldn't be a better time to do exactly what I'm going to ask you to do, and that is make a call to Mills Air. The worst of summer, hopefully, fingers crossed, might be behind us, but it's been quite the battering that your AC has been under. Now is the perfect time for you to get your AC checked out. You can sign up for something called preventative maintenance over at Mills Air, and then you don't get those surprise announcements that, hey, you need a new AC. That's something no homeowner wants to hear. But what we can do is connect you with the company that Leon Mills started. That's an honest company, a locally owned and operated company, a family owned and operated company, and they hire the best techs out there. So when you have all these choices for an AC issue, make the right one. Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159. Anything from small problems to filter replacements to cleaning out your lines to just helping you with your AC to full-on replacement, and getting you huge rebates can be done by the fantastic folks at Mills Air. 407-277-1159.
Hello.
Hello. Hang on, folks.
At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering and fair.
generation strong. Over 30 brands, rows of appliances, and experts who actually listen. It feels more like shopping with neighbors than a chain store. So go visit them today at southeaststeel.net or visit them in person at the showroom and tell them Sabrina from the News Junkie section.
Join Jim Colbert on the Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations. Dr. Phillips, Heathrow.
How long do we got here? An hour and 20 minutes-ish. An hour and 20 minutes, and we'll go live to this surprise announcement of the White House. We got a lot of stuff to talk about in the meantime. But there were some first public photos. I like how they say first public photos. Guys, it's Trump. The guy is like on TV constantly. People complain that there's way too much Trump. It was like a handful of days. But he was photographed getting ready for a family golf outing with grandkids Kai Trump, 18, and Spencer Trump, 12. The public appearance occurred after the Trump is dead and where is Trump trends popped up on all social media platforms. All of them. I assure you. Not a social media platform untouched. All right, we got to do the next episode here. Then we got to get into this, The Rock stuff. The Rock, and once again, just completely insane, out of touch Hollywood nonsense. The Rock's movie plays, and there's a 15-minute standing ovation. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. If I was in a bank and the cops busted in, I would give the cops a standing ovation, but not even for 15 minutes. Really think there's some strange stuff going on there. But we'll peek into that in a bit. First, the next episode. Let's go, everybody.
DJ's breaking news, live play-by-play, endless music, and podcasts just for you. It's the free iHeartRadio app. Radio your way. Join the millions who already have it. Download the free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 104.1.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
in the world of entertainment and beyond. Thank you for hanging out with us on a Share the Show Tuesday. Great to be back live with you. Join us with your emails, tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. C-Lane, you said you found out where that CEO guy who took the hat?
Not only what his company does, but in true internet fashion, people have been review bombing the wrong company.
Oh, no.
So Hat Thief's company is a Polish paving company called Drogbruk. Drogbruk.
All right.
And there's another company that doesn't do paving. They do fences called Drogbruk. Same spelling, but there's a hyphen in between Drog and Brook, and it's all caps. And so people have been review bombing the fencing company.
No.
Poor Mr. Roman Skaradek, which his last name looks kind of similar to the other CEO, too. It's very Polish. And then they're like, no, people, you're judging the wrong company. And there's been this whole thing. So poor Roman
What a time,
is the
man.
innocent bystander in this whole thing.
It happens a lot. Yeah, the guy took the hat from the kid. The kid ended up getting the hat in the end. That's pretty good, I think.
I think the actual tennis player found the kid as well. And like met up with him and gave him a bunch of swag and took pictures and like made the whole thing right.
Good guy, tennis guy. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Babe, the camera's on us. I'm going to get a big honking grab of those.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. The Home Loans Radio Show. When it comes to big life decisions like refinancing that beautiful home you own, getting your first dream home, or perhaps starting a business or expanding the business you already have, you got to work with someone who's got your back, who's going to treat you like a friend, like a human, not like a number, like all the other mortgage companies would. I'm talking about That Mortgage Guy Don. He has made the process very easy. Go to the website, click compare your quote, see that it's very easy to navigate through, chock full of information, and any question you have direct access to Don himself. So start the process today with an expert and friend that you could trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
20 years ago. I can't believe it's been this long already. This guy right here.
Kanye.
Kanye is right. Now, given
He's
no
been
other information.
I know what it is.
You already do?
No, I mean 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
I know what it is.
Sean, do you have any guess?
Yeah, I think it's a Hurricane Katrina thing.
You bet your butt.
Yeah.
And subtle, but in even many
Myers?
ways more profoundly devastating, is the lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Please call.
Still like that. Still like Mike Myers and them.
Mike Myers, who's such a introvert, is doing something nice for the people of Hurricane Katrina, and then he gets paired up
And
with
then he kind
Kanye.
of just looks at him
It just made
and
you
reads
feel.
the teleprompter. And then Mike Myers did say later on that he was super proud to have been with Kanye in that moment.
I like the idea that Mike Myers will probably be like, God, that's the most unhinged thing Kanye West will ever say. And I'm right here for it. I had to be next to him in this moment.
More chins in a Chinese checkbook. That was a fat bastard, and I suck at quoting. Let's move on to more present times, not 20 years ago, but just days ago. They have already placed their bets.
Is it phone? It's phone book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
More
why would a
chins than a
checkbook
Chinese
have
phone book.
chins? Yeah.
I don't know why I don't quote. But with the 2025 NFL season kicking off this week, can you believe it? Who's going to win?
Yeah.
Go Dolphins.
That's right. I had my fantasy draft last night.
We may soon learn who will headline the Super Bowl 50 halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, according to gambling.com, reasonable
that sounds
source,
legit.
they say that this person is the current favorite at 125 over. Plus 125? How do you read that to gambling people?
Plus 125. Yeah.
All right, plus 125.
Favorite by 125. Taylor Swift, yeah.
Taylor
So I thought.
Swift is right.
Do we think that'll really happen, though?
Is it too on the nose?
Is it too on the nose, or is she too big for the Super Bowl? Can you be too big for the Super Bowl?
I don't know. She's about to marry a Super Bowl champ. So Jay-Z, who oversees the NFL's music programming, including the Super Bowl halftime show,
He ain't gonna pick her.
well, he follows closely at plus 150. Other front runners include Dua Lipa at plus 162.5, Drake plus 187.5, Post Malone plus 200, the newly reunited BTS at plus 250, Miley Cyrus, Ed Sheeran, and Billie Eilish.
Are they newly reunited, or do they just replace? Isn't that one of those groups where they just constantly replace members like Menudo?
No, I think BTS, the K-pop band, I think they had to stop because they
One went into the military.
Yeah, in Korea you have to do compulsory service, like Israel and some other countries. So you have to stop and go into the military for a year.
And that one kid didn't die while serving. So they're back, and maybe at the Super Bowl. Metallica has the strongest odds at plus 450.
Really?
They did.
It's been all rap, right? Jay-Z hasn't picked anything but rap, I think, right?
Great question. I'm not sure if I have
R&B. The Weeknd's not rap. I wouldn't consider The Weeknd rap.
Usher is more R&B and pop.
Uh-huh.
Now, as far as Metallica having the strongest odds,
What Sean was trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
You just think Jay-Z picks people of color?
Oh, no, I wasn't going to say that. No. I mean, it seems like he might have, but I don't know if he's doing that on purpose or not.
This was definitely on purpose, and number one thing to do at a rock concert is no number 3. But unfortunately, that is what we saw at the Korn concert.
Was that really what the guy was doing in that video?
Buttering his cob, fiddling the flesh flute, going to the Y.
Going to the Y.
I had it all. The 5-finger knuckle punch.
This was a guy at a Korn show?
Look it up.
Yeah.
There is it's from behind.
Yeah.
And
so he's at a Korn show.
And he's going to. What makes you think he's not doing it?
I'm trying to think of what else he would be doing. Like if he's playing a video game, there's somebody going down there.
Wow.
What the hell? Punch him in the face.
Yep. Just and punch him so hard that his hat flew off.
Yeah.
And he put his penis back in his pants. And then shortly thereafter, do not play the audio, by the way. They're the police, and he resisted arrest.
If he really did that, that is a weird move. But his body movements look quite a bit like he is pleasuring himself at the Korn show. And then, I mean, the dude came over and punched him. I don't feel like he would have done that unless he also agreed.
What song
That's a good way
was
to
it,
kill somebody, though. You can hear it in the background. Hang on. Ready?
Yeah.
That's all I could do.
Okay.
I can't tell. Yeah, I don't know.
That's it.
One of the Korn songs.
Oh, this is news to me. Even after all these years, we got Joey, Rachel, Ross, Chandler, Phoebe, Monica, and Satan.
What?
That explains the drug stuff.
That's what my grandma always said.
The devil controls much of Hollywood, as they have said, and has infected popular shows like Friends with a, quote, very ugly sexual ethic that corrodes the minds of viewers. This, according to current Christian author Lee Strobel and Tucker Carlson.
Friends is
recent
a
show, yeah.
Sexual ethic? What? I don't even know what that means.
Very ugly sexual ethic, to be exact. And
Friends is like, I don't picture that show as like a sexual show myself.
I don't see where
just
Satan can fit in.
Yeah, it seemed like a pretty run-of-the-mill people who can't really afford to live in these nice apartments are living in New York.
When you say you don't find it, you don't see it as a sexual show. I mean, they definitely had sex.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I would watch every episode of Friends with like a kid around.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel bad about that.
No boobs, no butts, no obvious.
No
elevator
jokes.
cuts.
Well, yeah, the former Fox News star seemed to agree with Strobel's take, saying the town is full of trans kids and people battling drug problems in the Friends.
Wait, are we still talking about Friends?
Yeah, if Satan were smart, which he is, would he go around the country and around the world trying to possess or bother average everyday people? Well, you know what? It's much more efficient to go to Hollywood and to influence a bunch of people there who are very influential in, let's say, the entertainment industry. So let's go to someone who's not been relevant in decades, the Friends show that ended many, many years ago. It aired from 1994 to 2004, so almost over 20 years later.
Isn't there like some new Unhinged show that would be such a greater example than this? I don't know what it would be, but anything is a better example of the devil in Hollywood than
like
Friends.
Sitcom-esque,
yeah,
like Friends.
But I would argue
Big Bang Theory. Still,
if
that's
you
over
like
too.
Did a snapshot and looked at all the people on Friends, like none of them were political, really. None of them were like. This is the most milquetoast show ever when I think about Friends.
Chandler's dad was trans.
Was he?
And Ross's baby mama was a lesbian.
I don't remember
that
Chandler's
part.
dad being trans.
Yeah,
Someone's dad was trans. There was a trans person.
Well, all right.
Maybe that's just Satan getting in on the radio waves.
I don't think people even talked about trans or knew about trans, or that wasn't a thing when Friends was around.
Well, I just remember that, but I may be incorrect, and I definitely am out of time.
According to Google, the TV show Friends featured a trans character, Charles Bing, who is Chandler's parent, and a drag performer named Helena Handbasket. Played by Kathleen
but a drag
Turner.
performer is not trans.
But trans, that's what it said, trans. Maybe they mixed both back in the day. I don't know. I just remember that from watching it and from Satan telling me. On the boob tube, we got America's Got Talent, quarterfinals on NBC, 10th season finale of Bachelor in Paradise, episode 5 of Alien Earth on FX. The War Over OnlyFans by TMZ is on Fox tonight, and you could catch Denzel Washington on Kimmel. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber, and most importantly, stay with me, Satan.
Smoke weed every day.
Seems like a weird target for religious people.
Friends?
Yeah. What a weird target.
In another, example of damned if you do, damned if you don't. While the character was groundbreaking at the time, the show was later criticized for its handling of the character, with co-creator Marta Kaufman in 2022 admitting it was a mistake to not use the correct pronouns and misgender the character.
So stupid. Come on. Nobody even was in the same mindset back then. It wasn't even close. It was a totally different world. Okay, we want to see what you have to say about all this. Join us with a dispatch. Record yours right now. A lot of people have done that, so we'll get into some of those. We also got to talk about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for a couple of reasons. One being, what happened to The Rock? What the hell happened to The Rock? This is
just Dwayne Johnson now? Is The Rock missing?
Kinda, yeah. Kinda. And then they did a very Hollywood thing to say hi to The Rock. But we'll get into all the things happening in that world. We got the countdown going on for this surprise announcement that's about an hour away from right now, and much more on a Share the Show Tuesday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The NFL season kicks off for the Tampa Bay Bucks when they go to Atlanta to face the Falcons this Sunday. Coverage starts at 12 noon on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app.
Hello! Turnpike northbound and southbound between County Road 561 and US 27 on the Greenway. Southbound near John Young Parkway. There's a crash blocking the left lane there.
Some of you are saying Morgan Freeman was his mom on the show? What?
Keep an eye out for emergency crews on the roadways this afternoon. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline.
Morgan Fairchild.
Traffic tip line at 866.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, in the 90s, trans didn't exist in the way it does now. There was no trans characters, because people would have said, if they used trans, you know what they would have been talking about? Transvestite. Transsexual. Those were the common lingo at the time. Nobody would talk about it in modern parlance. In fact, I think one of the first things to sort of launch that into the conversation was actually the Caitlyn Jenner stuff, believe it or not. Nobody knew pronouns existed back then because they largely didn't. It wasn't a social phenomenon. Morgan Freeman would have been hilarious. I would have watched it. I will watch Morgan Freeman in anything, and I will watch Denzel Washington in anything. True story.
$150 in bonus bets after your first $5 bet hits. Did somebody say hit? Whoa, Ray Lewis. We were just saying if your bet hits.
It's interesting when people outrage things in the past. It's maybe one of the dumbest forms of discourse. One of the dumbest forms of discourse is to be like, you know who was really anti-gay and anti-trans? George Washington. It's like, what the fuck? What are you talking? You're applying modern standards. Modern, I mean, in the last like 25 years to people from 250 years ago. That's like brain dead stuff. Nobody actually cares about that. It's a normal human being. Big unemployed numbers.
And an official partner of minor league baseball.
See Home Club for details.
Hey, man, Jim Gilbert here for Life Imaging FLA. Can you believe it's already September? The year behind us, the fall in front of us. Kids are back in school. You're falling back into that.
You mean the chick on the Wheaties box? Would you watch Morgan Freeman and Denzel in the threesome? I would watch all the people in the movie The Threesome in the threesome. They were doing a good job. They were good actors. The story seemed kind of funny. But I really wanted to watch the Stephen King movie, and I didn't want to stay at Disney Springs until like 10 o'clock at night for that movie, which I could just watch when it comes out on demand. I know we needed to go home. We needed to walk Lady. We had some other things we were planning, and we were like, we could watch The Conjuring 3 because we watched The Conjuring 3 last night, which is an okay horror movie, to get ready for The Conjuring, the new one, Last Rites or something it's called, that comes out this week.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue?
I'm just excited to see The Long Walk. I think it looks good. I think people are into these movies right now. I'm tired of seeing these trailers for these movies that, like, I don't know who they're demographically targeting. One of the trailers was for an upcoming gay World War II biopic or something, and I'm like, who are these movies targeting? Who are you going after here? I want to see more movies like Weapons. I want to see more movies where it's just like a general audience thriller that's an interesting story. That's personally what I'm ready for. The Long Walk should be good? I think so. I mean, Stephen King, like, for all the stuff that he gets into politically, I've told you this so many times. One of the things I hate is if people disagree with somebody, they disagree with somebody politically, and they'll be like, that guy sucks. Stephen King can't even write. I don't give a damn what his politics are. Stephen King's an awesome writer. That guy's got a great mind. Love it. Reboot Police Academy? They could. They did The Naked Gun. That's done fairly well. Trump's surprise is around a 200% tariff on India. Are you in India? I was a little let down by Weapons. Why? What were you expecting? Why were you let down?
RedMountainWeightLoss.com. That's RedMountainWeightLoss.com, or just
90 seconds. Type fast.
On your phone and say the keyword Red Mountain.
We're coming back in a second. I want to talk about this stuff about The Rock real quick, and then we'll get into Speculation City.
Not just for one's country, but also for one's family.
Abhishek says yes. Abhishek, are you mad? Are the Indians mad about tariffs? Are Indians mad? Are they mad at Trump? Are they mad at the U.S.? What's going on? Tell us. Give us some insight.
So if you're a soldier facing such challenges,
we're coming back in 1 minute. They are moving U.S. Space Command, possibly. That's one of the rumors. I think that there'll probably be a lot of stuff addressed, and if the press is taking any questions or if there's any Q&A, there's no way they're not going to talk about the health stuff. But we'll see. All right, here we go.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword WIN to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200.
No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the news.
Press conference announcement is happening. No telling what it's going to be. Maybe some good drama around it. I don't know. We'll find out. That's what we do around here. And we'll also get into more of your feedback. Email the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Over on chat, they're trying to cast us in the movie about the News Junkie.
They're being very nice.
Yeah, some of these suggestions are flattering. Morgan Freeman is Sean for the News Junkie movie. Hey, I'd take it. It's a classy man. Ben Affleck should play C-Lane in the News Junkie movie.
That was the part that I thought, oh, that's very respectful of you.
That's nice. That's good. Sabrina as herself, says all day yuckers. I don't know. Maybe there might be some people who would be fantastic at pulling this off if they did a movie about us. But we'll take your feedback in any way you might have it. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com.
I mean, is it Ben Affleck because John Candy is unavailable? I used to get that way too much back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the John Candy thing. You look like like a John Candy-esque kind of character.
Polka.
Just a lovable character too. The both of you. I see it that way. Let's talk about this because there's so many things to pull apart here. The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. All right, he was at Venice Film Festival where all these fake ass Hollywood types gather. And they all pat themselves on the back. It's a big masturbation fest, much like a corn show. And they all go out there and they're like, oh, my God, we're so smart. We're so fantastic. And now The Rock is one of us. Now, one thing that I noticed, let me see if I can bring up an example of this for those of you watching. You can watch the show on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. But the Rock was doing some press for this event, this movie he's in, and he's lost a lot of weight. And one thing that absolutely, for the movie, for the role that he was in, one thing that absolutely blows my mind. Here's what he looks like. He looks totally different. He's thin. He's in a movie where he's playing the wrestler Mark Kerr, Markkerr, Mark Kerr, in a movie called The Smashing Machine that just premiered in Venice. And I'll talk about some of the weird stuff around that premiere. But The Rock, in his press for this, is noticeably much, much, much smaller. One thing that rocks my world, no pun intended at all, but the one thing that absolutely is shocking to me is if you're one of these dudes as big as The Rock, or they compared it to, what's his name from Guardians of the Galaxy, Dave Bautista, I think.
Oh, he's
that
massive
guy
too.
Like these guys, they were massive, but if they stop working out for like months, not years, months. If The Rock just stops his insane routine, if he stops for like 3 months, you change. You completely change. Like you lose all of that. That's how hard these people have to work on staying in that kind of shape.
Also, Mark Kerr was jacked.
Was he?
So,
but maybe not quite as big as The Rock is, just muscle wise. Because he thinned out for this. They were talking about how he's visibly like so different and changed. I think they talked about how much weight he lost, but I don't have it in the story in front of me. If you want to look up The Rock and weight or something and find a story that has some more details. But
what's weird is when I Googled Mark Kerr, I was like, I don't know that he looks that much like The Rock.
He lost 60 pounds, going from his usual 300 pounds to around 240 for his role as UFC legend Mark Kerr.
Okay. Yeah, here's the guy that he's playing in this. And you're right, the guy's jacked. I don't know why he would have to lose so much weight, 60 pounds, but, he did. He had to drop a bunch of weight to end up playing this guy in this MMA movie.
But do you think The Rock looks like that guy?
He does when you side by side. Like, that's The Rock right there.
Here's The Rock next to him. This is
there's another one where him in the film.
Oh, in the film? Okay. Here's just the two of them side by side, kind of regular. And if the guy was bald, I think he does look like The Rock. Look at their noses. I mean, their noses are almost exactly the same.
There's another side by side in the Google images where it's that same picture of Mark Kerr, second row, second picture, I believe.
This one? Oh, that is The Rock. Oh my God, it looks so much like him. I didn't even know it was a different person. Yeah. When you see him side by side, they put hair on The Rock.
Wow.
Which is crazy. Yeah, he looks just like him. He does. And I guess this is like one of these sob story type movies, which aren't necessarily for me.
Iron Claw.
Yeah. There's another. I don't want to watch that. That seems like way too sad. But The Rock is in this movie where he plays this wrestler or MMA fighter, I guess I should say, in The Smashing Machine. And they played it at Venice Film Festival. And they did another one of these 15-minute standing ovations. 15 minutes.
What if he had to go to the bathroom?
He's crying.
Is that Jennifer Lawrence?
No, I don't know who that is. It's another actress I recognize next to him. Emily Blunt? Is it Emily Blunt, maybe? Because it says Emily Blunt's in the film. She's next to him. All these people are next to him. He's crying. And for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No. Thank you. I think The Rock wants to be welcomed in by the Hollywood folk.
It is Emily Blunt.
Is it? Emily Blunt is next to him. And this movie is one of those artsy movies where The Rock is going to step out into his own.
Oh, yeah. And
he's not going to do like
hoping for an
Jumanji
Oscar.
stuff. Yeah, probably. And that's fine. That's good for him, man. I like The Rock. I think he's great. But I find those a couple of things really crazy. Number one, that if you are that jacked, that unbelievably ripped, if you just stop for a couple of months, you fade away and you're like a fraction of what you were. That's so much pressure. That's one thing. And the other thing is
being fat is the total opposite of that. It's
you can't just stop being fat for 3 months.
Oh gosh, if only. Poor Rock.
Yeah, he was at this festival. They did 15 minutes of applause, the longest at this year's festival so far. But they may beat 15 minutes. And I challenge you.
What if you waited the entire movie to go to the bathroom, and then
You're right.
you have to be a part of the 15 minutes?
You can leave, but the rest of the rest.
No,
of the
but you look
weirdos-
rude.
15 minutes is so long.
I told you I went to the surprise movie, and I was worried because once the movie was revealed, and it was the movie that I didn't necessarily want to wait 2 hours for and watch, it started off with like a gay storyline, so it looked weird. This would have looked way worse to walk out. It's 15-minute, round of applause, standing ovation for The Rock and his piece of work. I'd feel bad about that. I wouldn't want to walk out of that. But you got to at some point in time. And this is ridiculous, folks. Like you can tell you have nothing really pressing going on in your schedules or lives when you could take 15 minutes out of your day and just stand up and clap.
Are we basing this also on video footage, or is it gotten so crazy with these ovations now that once the clapping starts, there's somebody with a timer like, the 7 minutes. Oh, we're up to 8 minutes, 14 minutes. Keep going.
Does it like fade down though? Like, 'cause you only hear the headlines. I don't think anyone's ever posted the full 15-minute standing ovation.
Actually,
does
I'd
it
like to
start
see that.
Fade out a little bit, and then someone's like, "Come, woo!" and it goes back up again.
Somebody keeps bringing it back again. It's like when your professor goes, "Hey, if there's no more questions, you guys can all go home," and the people just keep asking questions. It's just like the movie moment where somebody stretches that out too far, and you go, "What are you doing?" The headline from Variety, C-Lane, says Dwayne Johnson, a.k.a. The Rock, uncontrollably sobs as the Smashing Machine gets 15-minute Venice standing ovation and generates Oscar buzz. So, I mean, good for him. Congratulations to all involved. I'm sure it's great. I hope it's great. I hope everybody wins all the things they want to. I want the best for everybody.
I almost wonder if I'm even going to see it
for the next 15 minutes. Could you imagine?
Really? I just want to say congratulations to all.
Now you got to sob uncontrollably.
That was not great.
Who's on your shirt?
This?
Yeah.
Alanis Morissette. It's a new shirt that I got.
That is a golden gal.
Oh, yeesh. A lot of people get that wrong. A lot of people get that wrong, but it's Lisa Loeb, actually. It is. Dwayne Johnson, good for you, buddy. I'm rooting for you. I just think 15 minutes of any kind of applause for anything. Like, I wouldn't even want a woman applauding me for 15 minutes after sex. I would still think that
it's like 12 minutes longer than the sex.
I would agree that it would be too much and probably longer than the sex, possibly. Who knows? All right, let's see what we got here. We're going to see what you have on your mind. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody says, Anonymous, I would like to remain anonymous, please. I don't need any blowback or racist feedback. What? Can you please call this behavior out for the world? This lady is a grifter and people think it's cute. It's not. What is it? What are you talking about? I'm clicking the link that he sent. Jasmine Crockett, the politician. Who cares? Jasmine Crockett a couple of years ago compared to Jasmine Crockett now is so embarrassing. Oh, is it like her talking differently? Okay.
But please keep me anonymous. Don't
Thank
send
you for
that
sending
crap.
it along.
Stand by.
I don't know. It's an anonymous email. I don't care. But it's just why is that interesting to you?
It's not.
Oh, maybe what she's saying is racist or something. Can I play this? Hold on. There must be something interesting about this to get you to send this over. But I could be wrong. I'm trying to refresh it so it'll play. Okay.
It's good to see you in the new year. You know, no one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress.
Okay, I'm really worried she's going to curse here because I think I've seen clips of this press conference or this event that she did where she did curse.
So I can dump it?
Just hang out by the dump button. Yeah.
Because these people, they are crazy because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers, interns,
I think it's
all the things.
The difference in talking?
Yeah.
It's also two different places.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen different versions of this. I've seen the dude Maxwell Frost where he was like speaking before and then now he's like, okay. And he's got like this very particular way of political talking. But why do I care? I'm not sure why I'm supposed to. It's not really registering with me. Give me a follow-up, Anonymous. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Why should I care about this? An update on that semi-truck crash on the Florida Turnpike. Interesting little twist and turn. See how people handle this. They said the 3 victims in the Florida crash were an illegal immigrant made an illegal U-turn. Double illegal, so it cancels itself out. 3 victims have been identified as 3 Haitian immigrants. So there were immigrants in the car, and I guess they were here legally. According to CBS, the Haitians previously lived in South Florida and were returning home. It says home to Indiana. The 3 victims were identified as...
Are they put home in quotes or something?
I'm putting it in quotes. The 3 victims were identified as Herbie Dufresne, 30 years old, Faniola Joseph, 27, and Rodriguez Dor, 53. The driver of the vehicle came to South Florida in 2023. He reportedly had legal status. Dufresne? Dufresne? Oh, okay. Yeah. Dufresne. Dufresne. He reportedly had legal status, probably French, right? He reportedly had legal status under Haiti's temporary protected status designation, according to the Miami Herald. So I don't know if that twists anybody's version of this. It doesn't change anything at all for me. I don't care. But the victims, it shouldn't change anything in terms of how you think about this, really.
The 3 innocent people are dead.
Yeah, I guess if you thought that you were protecting the immigrant, but you're protecting the illegal immigrant versus the 3 immigrants that he killed, I don't know. This is all very dumb ways to hash things up, but perhaps that's going on out there. Anyhow, keep emailing the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, or send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Got about 30 minutes till some sort of surprise announcement. That's what the headline says. Trump to make big Oval Office surprise announcement. After days of health worries and speculation. Speculation all over the place about what it's going to be. Could be about moving some sort of base for this space organization in the government.
I've seen more and more people saying that, but it just doesn't seem juicy enough for a surprise Oval Office announcement.
Yeah, and the media is attaching surprise to this simply because it wasn't announced beforehand. So I guess that works. But
another thing is like, oh, they moved in the space base. That means so much to me. I don't care where the space base is. I
care less about this.
They're moving it from a state I don't live in to another state I don't live in.
Do you need a damn press conference for that?
I wouldn't think you would. It seems like a minor detail. And maybe it's just because of all the Trump conspiracy health stuff. I don't know. I'm all ears. Let's see what happens. Maybe we get some good drama. Maybe there's some interesting questions that get asked. We'll pick it up when that comes down the line in just a bit here on the show. Okay. We're gonna talk about that when that comes up. We got to talk about Rudy Giuliani in a bit. I want to talk about when we come back though, a woman who got scammed, and I want to specifically see if Sabrina and C-Lane feel bad for this woman who got scammed. Okay, all right, and everybody else too. But we're gonna run through this. We'll run through this story. It's an interesting one. There are some twists. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Did you ever make a joke at TSA?
No. I did it one time. They were laughing their ass off. I was going through, and I said, hey, I've got lederhosen, and it makes my nipples chafe. And man, they were laughing. I mean, couldn't stop laughing. They thought that was the funniest thing I ever heard in their life.
You're a douche.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Northbound lanes are starting to get by now on Florida's Turnpike between County Road 561 and US 27. Although southbound lanes are still blocked, emergency crews are on the roadways. Move over and slow down. There's a crash on the Greenway southbound near John Young Parkway causing a bit of commotion on I-4. You won't be running into any issues affecting your ride. Traffic is up to speed on I-95. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, save on job site supplies with My Lowe's Pro Rewards. Eligible members enjoy.
Folks, hang tight. The last couple of days, some of this talk about the tropics has quieted down a bit, but we could wake up tomorrow and they could be showing you, yep, there's a new one coming. True. He's right. For us when that right storm hits. He's right. We actually have a storm out in the Atlantic that we're going to be talking about today. It's currently, as they all are, Africa's grand revenge off the coast of Africa and beginning to build as a wave. But that storm could turn into a tropical storm, maybe even a hurricane this week. Honker! When all your neighbors' lights are out, yours are on. And others wait for the utility company. Your home keeps running. Don't wait until the storm is on the radar. Call Solar Installers of Florida today. Quick question for you. We're going to get into this when we come back, so I wanted to prime the pump on you here in chat. If you see that somebody gets scammed and they're scammed out of their money in a romance scam, do you feel bad for that person? Or do you think if somebody's so gullible that they're going to fall for one of these romance scams, what are you going to do? It's on you. There's some personal responsibility here. This is a very particular one that I find interesting. So I want to see if your default is to feel bad for somebody in a romance scam or to think like, smarten up. You got to get better than this. Don't let somebody part you from your money. Look how happy Sean is to have a named hurricane. I don't want a hurricane. I assure you, I want no hurricanes. But I have been preparing. I got a Jackery that I'm working on. I might buy a 3,000 kilowatt hour or whatever Jackery. I got my TV loaded up over the weekend to get ready, just in case of emergency. I loaded up a thumb drive with movies and TV shows in case the internet goes down. I'm prepared, not excited. I blame these people's son. He should have been more vigilant. If it's an elderly person, I say they're vulnerable, but based on cognitive abilities, yeah. Men getting scammed looking for love is different than someone looking to get rich or famous that gets scammed. I was a bank teller and tried to stop so many people from sending money. Oh, God. I can't even imagine how often that must happen.
You and your team grew up in different times, but the struggle, it still feels the same. Research shows that teens who struggle with their mental health are more likely to use drugs and alcohol. An open and honest conversation can make a real difference for their well-being and reduce the risk of substance use. Get tips to get real at cdc.gov/freemind/parents.
Top reasons your career wants you to move to Ohio. So many amazing growth opportunities, high-paying jobs in technology, advanced manufacturing, engineering, life sciences, and more.
2 minutes.
New heights, just like the Wright brothers.
Sean wants a hurricane? No. No. We're going to talk about this romance scam story because it's a really interesting one. We also have to talk about, raise your hand if you watched the Unknown Number docuseries. Anybody watch Unknown Number, the docu-series on Hulu this weekend that dropped? Woo! Woo! Get a generator, 2 weeks of clean power. I don't need 2 weeks. I've never lost my power, knock on wood. I've never lost power for more than 1 day. So I've determined all I need is 24 to 48 hours of backup for my main items that I need, and all is well. $50 seconds, 5-0. The yogurt murders ended on a bland note. So true. That could have been 1 or maybe 2 episodes long. The rest of it was like stretching it out so much. Hello?
Hey, I'm going to Publix.
Okay.
Do you need anything?
Nope.
Oh.
Yep. Yep. Thank you. Be safe. All right, here we go.
7 coverage of everything you love about football.
And it all starts now.
Just open the iHeartRadio app
And search NFL.
to dive in.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword WIN to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200.
Because you're never too old to learn something stupid. This is the News Junkie.
Surprise press conference. Maybe it's a womp moment. Maybe it's something fun and interesting. I don't know. We're going to pick up the press conference at the top of the hour to see what's happening at the White House. Regardless, we'll get to your feedback coming in momentarily. Couple of things I wanted to hit on real quick. I heard C-Lane mentioning this during his live read during the break, which some of you hear, some of you don't hear. But, you never know what's going on out there with storms. There is a wave out there in the Atlantic that they're watching this week that could approach the eastern United States. It's way out there. It is way out there off the coast of Africa.
It's a little soon to worry about that one.
How big is it? Looks pretty big.
It's not much of anything just yet, but they're saying that it could develop into a tropical storm or maybe like a hurricane in the next week or so. But who the hell knows? It's certainly something worth keeping an eye on, and that's what we do around here. So we'll let you know if anything changes on that front.
It really made me look stupid. I said we could wake up tomorrow and there'd be a new one, and you're like, no, there's a new one right now.
Well, no, not technically. Not technically. Technically, there's just a bunch of gobbledygook now, but there could be.
I know.
There could be a storm here at some point in time worth talking about. All right. I want to talk about this woman and this romance scam. We'll get to that in a moment. I want to talk about the Unknown Number docuseries, if anybody watched that.
Oh, God, did I watch it.
Did you?
Yeah.
You talking about the catfishing one?
Yes. Yeah.
Which I thought it was weird. I didn't find that to be catfishing.
It wasn't.
But it's not like the general theme of what catfishing is to people.
No.
But
it was ridiculous for the first half of it.
We watched it too.
And I just... we were doing a lot of laughs, and also why is there so much focus on how the couple met that they, were, 12, 13 years old at the time?
They were kids.
I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous, but I know must be a twist.
I appreciated that it was, in fact, one long-form documentary and not like 4 episodes of something.
Same, yeah. I mean, the name of the show that we're talking about, just to give you the rundown here, it's on Netflix. It is, I thought it was Hulu. It's not. It's Netflix.
Yeah.
It's called Unknown Number, The High School Catfish. Now, I agree with C-Lane on a couple of fronts. One, I do like it's just one movie-length documentary, and I enjoyed that. Two, I don't really think there was a catfish here, because what this is about is this very young couple. They were just like 12, 13 years old, as Sabrina said, when they started out their relationship.
But God, do they talk about it so much.
And they're like the center of the story. So they talk about their relationship, and then they start getting these text messages. And the text messages start out as like brutal and mean and bullying. And then these mystery text messages, the number keeps changing where they're coming from, but they get more and more unhinged over time.
Very graphic,
sexual,
and quotable inside the home.
Yeah.
If you're looking for inside jokes.
Yeah, and the messages are coming by
So
like
horny with an E.
The hundreds. I mean, these text messages are coming in, and all these people are glued to their phones as this unhinged person keeps writing all these things and encouraging this young girl to kill herself and this young guy to kill himself. And it's just absolutely wild. And they show all the real text messages up on the screen. And they show you all the different theories that they had as to who was behind this for different reasons of jealousy, et cetera, et cetera.
And it's a pretty small town, so like there's
Very
only
small.
so much
One
that
stoplight, 2 bars.
Local law enforcement that could do, and then at one point after a year, and what blew my mind was like 750 pages of text messages.
Yeah.
And per page, multiple text messages. That's how
A
many were
lot.
being sent.
Some days they
the
said hundreds would go in.
FBI gets involved, and all of a sudden, now we're getting some answers. And I knew it a million miles away, but I think it's because we have talked about stuff like this before.
We talked about this story.
It
We did.
blew Nicole's mind. She's like, "How did you know?" I'm like,
Well,
because you could see it.
I share Nicole's feeling on that just because. Okay, here's how we could say this. One of the person who was involved in this, that was actually the person sending these unhinged text messages the whole time, is taking part in the documentary from the jump.
That was wild.
And so you're like, why did you do the documentary? Why would you do this? And you go, no, it can't be that person. They've been participating in the and then you realize, yes. And but my jaw drops, even though we did cover this when it first came out. Again, the series is called, or the documentary is called Unknown Number, the high school catfish. And it's worth watching just for, they have great footage. They have body cam footage, interviews with all the kids at the school and stuff.
Oh, and they did reenactments with the children.
They did.
Traumatizations.
They had a lot of like good twists and turns in it. The reveal at the end is insane, and it's very, very interesting. Like, who's the person behind all this? And then they find it out. I thought it was good. Did you guys like it or no?
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was interesting. The end was very, very weird to me. The way that everything kind of, the actual person, the perpetrator, their excuses or their little speech on you don't know the whole story.
They ain't right in the head.
Yeah, it was garbage.
The fact that the victim still talks to the perpetrator.
I don't think they do. I don't think they do.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. And that is crazy to me. That makes me think that there's probably something a little bit wrong with the victim too.
Yeah, it makes you think a lot of things. It makes you think a lot of things.
But I also don't think it was a catfish. Like a simple definition on Google, the process of luring someone into a relationship by means of fictional online persona. This wasn't really an online persona.
No.
Was it? I mean, it was a fake phone number. It was that. It refers to the creation of a fictitious online persona or fake identity with the intent of deception, usually to mislead a victim into an online romantic relationship or to commit financial fraud.
Like
this was neither of those. This was just straight up really intense, really cruel, awful bullying.
Yeah, that's what it was to me. I agree with you. I think the title isn't great, but I thought it was good and absolutely 1,000% worth watching. If you got Netflix, check it out and report back. Unknown Number. It is really a good example of crazy in 2025.
Absolutely.
I think it was unhinged. And I'm watching so many of these docuseries, and the more and more that come out, I go, "Why? We have too many. This one's one that I think fits and is good, and I enjoyed it. But I keep seeing previews. They're going to do one. Remember the lady who put the Gorilla Glue in her hair? and she went viral, and she was
A documentary about that?
yeah, the lady who glued her hair, and I felt bad for her, but also thought it was kind of dumb.
Is this a 20-minute documentary? Because it doesn't seem like they have enough.
Hold on. Gorilla Glue hair documentary. I saw there was a whole thing. The girl that got glue stuck in her hair. That's
what it's called. All right,
beautiful
this is
title. Love that.
That's what it's called. It said the girl that got glue stuck in her hair from.
I feel like now I'm mentally ready.
This is her.
To tell my story.
I mean, it's a whole dramatized thing.
But I still got some thug in you, right? So what you looking for, first lady?
Oh, did they do
a dramatization?
They did a whole dramatization of.
Now we're talking. Now I'm subscribed.
They got actors and actresses, and I'm like, I don't know if this needed to be made. I don't know if this is good. Make one out of this, because this is the story I wanted to bring to you guys, and I want you guys to judge. All right, judge and try to say, do you feel bad? That's my only question to the two of you, Sela and Sabrina. Do you feel bad, or do you think like you had this coming? You got to be smarter than this. A woman, she's in her 80s, okay?
No.
And she was swindled out of thousands of dollars, the money that was supposed to help her as she retired, after she fell in love with somebody online. Now, she met this person, and she started talking to them, and they said, look, I've got a situation. I need some help with it. And they had fallen in love. She loved this person online. You might call this a catfish, a real bona fide catfish.
Right.
She fell in love with this woman. The fraudster bilked her out of thousands and thousands of dollars. At this point, do you feel bad? At this point, this 80-year-old woman, do you feel bad for her being swindled in this romance scam? Or do you like go, you got to be smarter?
At this point, I do feel a little bad.
Yeah,
but
I just want to hear what celebrity she thinks she's in love with.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we hear the celebrity stories from time to time, and like, oh, how did you not know that this wasn't George Clooney? And you sent $20,000 to this person. The person was not claiming they were a celebrity. They were in a situation where they desperately needed help. Desperately needed help. The person you see was an astronaut.
Mm-hmm.
And they were running short on oxygen and needed the woman
so they could go to the oxygen store.
What?
To send them some money,
but with a solid internet signal.
Yeah, it's not an internet signal. Yeah. This is
and
a
place
Japanese
to complete transactions in space.
Yeah, they were able to get some help if they could get the money, because this woman is a Japanese woman in her 80s. Yes, indeed.
Japan!
And says the hapless woman in Japan's Hokkaido Island met the fraudster in July on social media, who claimed to be a male astronaut. After some exchanges, the scammer told her that he was in space on a spaceship right now, but was under attack and in need of oxygen. The scammer then urged her to pay him online to help him buy oxygen, and hoodwinked around $7,000 out of the old lady.
I don't feel bad anymore.
The woman lives alone and started developing feelings for him as their online communication progressed. And they said Japan has the second oldest population after Monaco, and these scams are more prevalent. But this guy said he was an astronaut. He was in a spaceship, and he was running out of oxygen, and the woman sent him $7,000. So you don't feel bad, Sabrina. Do you feel bad, Sela, or no?
Oh. So I double down. No.
She's 80, though.
She's 80. She's in her 80s. So you got to feel a little bad for just old lady being separated from her money.
I mean,
where's her family? Anyone looking after her?
There are plenty of 80-year-olds that are totally with it that would not fall for this.
In space. In space.
I mean, you guys have already gotten to the height of it. Like, if you believe they're an astronaut, okay, what is your money supposed to do? Can they go to spacesupplies.com and have something like Amazon next day to them? Like,
what's the conversion for USD and space D?
She sent some money, and the guy was she
sent 1 million yen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A million yen, conversion to that is about $7,000.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, thank God, finally. A lot of you not really believing what's happening here over in chat. Yeah, Marla says, LMAO, hi, it's me from the International Space Station. I'm running out of oxygen. Please send money. Well, it is a very trying time that person's going through. You would just think that somebody would be smart enough to notice that was a scam.
Big Doug millionaire, you son of a bitch.
What he said?
He confirmed to her that he was in space when he saw a satellite going by.
Come on. Is that the time? Is that the time for this right now? I don't think it is. Okay. This woman lost $7,000 of her hard-earned money thinking she was providing oxygen to the spaceman. And he was a fake spaceman, a real catfish, unlike the movie earlier.
Yeah.
When we come back, we got to talk about jury duty. Jury duty's on the way, getting us ready for the surprise press conference at the top of the hour. In jury duty, an officer is in big trouble, and we're going to find out why. What went down? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
The status of UCF quarterback Cam Fancher is up in the air for Saturday's game against North Carolina A&T. Fancher dealing with back and leg injuries suffered in the season-opening win over Jacksonville State. Florida State announces that freshman linebacker Ethan Pritchard is in critical but stable condition. This after Pritchard was shot on Sunday night. Baseball, the Rays won their fourth in a row, beating Seattle, while the Marlins were shut out on 2 hits by Washington. I'm Matt McCoy.
You wouldn't drive a car under the influence, so why would you operate a boat? The FWC wants to remind you that operating a boat while impaired is just as deadly as driving a car and carries the same penalties. Be as safe at sea as you are on land. Visit myfwc.com for more info.
Studies have shown that less than 20% of people compare the first mortgage quote they get. So if you already have a mortgage quote and if you're wondering if it's any good, stop wondering and work with that mortgage guy, Don. It's so easy to compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don. You go to the website, thatmortgageguydon.com, hit the button that says compare, upload your quote, and Don will tell you if it's any good. And if it's not, he's going to help you find the best deal. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote today with that mortgage guy, Don. Get a quote today with no hard credit inquiry and work with an expert and a friend that you could trust.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Feel the energy of $3,000 Power Hours. Saturday, September 6th, only at Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Card Clubs. We're dealing out $1,000 high-hand payouts every 20 minutes from 11 a.m. till midnight. Power up your bankroll at Daytona Beach and Orange City Poker. September 12th through the 14th, it's the September Showdown Series, exclusively at Daytona Beach Poker. 6 single-day events with over $75,000 in guarantees and buy-ins as low as $200. Don't miss your shot.
Hey everybody, welcome to Behind the Scenes. This is Skull Mike. We're glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Jury duty is on the way. All right, money where your mouth is time. Ready? Time to place your bets. At the surprise press conference coming up in 17 minutes. At the surprise press conference, is there going to be comments about the conspiracies related to President Trump's health? Will there be mention of these health conspiracies at this press conference, whether during Q&A or announcements or whatever? Will this be brought up, yes or no, in chat? Put your bets down now. We still got to talk about Rudy Giuliani's crash, because this story is very weird, very strange. Something is not adding up. But I want to get into the bottom of that, or down to the bottom of that. Nope, says Waterboys. Lahab Rasta says yes, but not by the White House. This is a yes or no based on, is it going to be addressed at this event? Even if it's like, hey, people have been saying you're dead, Trump. You know, that kind of stuff. Yes? Does the News Junkie do teasers? No. I don't think there's going to be any Q&As for the press conference. I mean, that could be the case. It depends. If there's press gathered there, Trump almost always interacts. But maybe they won't. No, it won't be. Good time for a poll? This is a good time for a poll. Any mods available on YouTube to put up a poll? Will the health conspiracies be addressed during the Trump event? All right, the Trump announcement. Will Trump's health conspiracies be mentioned at the 2 p.m. White House event? All right, there's your question. Will Trump's health conspiracies be mentioned at the 2 p.m. White House special event? All right, we're coming back.
They found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why their recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why their recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
The kind of crew who types the word functioning in bold, italic, and underline.
Things to check up on. And we'll also get to more of your feedback. You can join us on the show. Send in a dispatch or an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. What are you laughing at?
I just read a part of this catfishing story that I think you didn't say, because I don't know how I would have missed this. But not only was the fake astronaut in need of oxygen, they were under attack.
By what? This is the dramatization I'd like to see. The docu-series I'm down to watch.
Did you really need to ramp up the pressure more?
Met the fraudster on social media, claimed to be a male astronaut. After some exchanges, the scammer one day told her he was, quote, in space on a spaceship right now, but was under attack, and that's why they were in need of the oxygen, because of the attack.
And this woman in Japan
from the
gave
oxygen-sucking aliens
$7,000 to this scammer who said it was an astronaut. I'm in the middle of like a space battle, and I'm out of oxygen. Can you please send me money? I feel like this is scammers just making bets with each other.
Yeah.
Like, you think I can get this lady to believe I'm lost in space and I need oxygen?
How did she send it, and is it one of the apps that requires you to write a note?
Oh, yeah.
For the space alien attack, oxygen stealing.
Now, imagine with me, because I know once I say this, you'll see the meme in your head, but it's almost as if there are groups of scammers that have like an Impractical Jokers style club that they do, and one of them's in the head goes, tell her you're in space and you got attacked and you need oxygen. And she sends the money and they're like, no, oh my gosh, it worked.
We did it. Yeah, that's what it feels like a little bit. All right, we're watching for this surprise White House press conference. It's been called a surprise press conference. It could be just a bore fest, and they go, well, we're moving the space facilities from this state to this state.
and nobody really cares. But I think if there's anybody there press-wise, there's going to be questions about all this Trump health conspiracy stuff, and that will be interesting. I want to hear Trump address that. It must piss him off, because over the weekend, legitimately, people thought Trump was dead. People were emailing me. They're like, I want to get your thoughts on this. Can't wait to get your thoughts on what's happening. Trump's dead. What's next? I go, wait, what's the evidence here? And the evidence is like a bunch of weirdos who go, look at this photo of him. He's like a little swollen here. And he's like, yeah, he's fat. What do you want? Is he the portrait of health?
Can't
no.
golf. Can't golf.
I know I mentioned it earlier, but you've seen the movie Dave, right?
Yeah.
Love that movie. Kevin Kline, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought one of the funny parts of it was in the height of him pretending he was the president and like doing some good things in the White House and kind of getting around. And then he saw one news report where there was some person portrayed as a total whack job that was like, that's not even the real president. I don't think that's really Dave. And they're like, yeah, all right, wacko. Next caller.
You believe this lunatic screeching this stuff out? Maybe the Japanese lady is right. Maybe we're the crazy ones here. That's how it would work in real life. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Just out of curiosity, before we get into this here, because I want to keep this short so we can be ready for the press conference if it's close enough to the top of the hour. But are any of the outlets that are on the TVs at HQ, are they showing like the press conference waiting for it to happen? Or
CNN
commercial.
In commercial.
Are they? Have you seen anything in the
Honestly,
meantime?
no. I'm surprised that it is not, there's no countdown anywhere.
Right.
That the eye can see.
They must have been talking about it at the very least, I would think. But we're going to see we will have that at the top of the hour. Real quick in jury duty. Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's lots of decisions to make. Make a smart one. Pick the attorney that you hear on the show that you hopefully know and trust. That is Mo DeWitt. 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. What's the deal? With this Rudy Giuliani incident over the weekend? Here's what we have. We have Rudy Giuliani's secretary, Michael Ragusa, sent out an official statement. All of this sounded real fishy to me. And it said, on the evening of August 30th, 2025, in New Hampshire, Mayor Rudy Giuliani was involved in a motor vehicle accident prior to the incident. He was flagged down by a woman who was the victim of domestic violence. Mayor Giuliani immediately rendered assistance and contacted 911. He remained on scene until responding officers arrived to ensure his safety. So some lady is getting beat or something, domestic violence incident, and Rudy Giuliani comes to the rescue. Who he's kind of like a frail dude. Like, I don't know if he would be good at rescuing a damsel in distress in this case, but they say he did. Following this, while traveling on the highway, Mayor Giuliani's vehicle was struck from behind at high speed. He was transported to a nearby trauma center. Is this the domestic violence dude who has shown up and is crashing into Giuliani? I don't know. Where he was diagnosed with a fractured thoracic vertebrae, multiple lacerations and contusions, as well as injuries to his left arm and lower leg. His business partner and medical provider were promptly contacted and arrived at the hospital. This is the only statement authorized by Mayor Giuliani. So that floated out there, and people were like, wait, what? What's happening with this guy? And then New Hampshire State Police released some more information about Giuliani. Was he really a hero? What's going on? New Hampshire State Police is providing additional information regarding a weekend crash involving former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Based on the investigation to date and witness statements that have been gathered, the state police can confirm that before the crash on I-93 northbound, Giuliani and his driver were traveling when they were flagged down by a woman on the side of the road. She reported to them she had been involved in a domestic violence incident. Just after 9 p.m., Goodman initially reported the incident to law enforcement, and he and Giuliani remained at the scene. They spoke with troopers to what they had witnessed, and then they left. Minutes later, they got back on I-93, this time headed northbound, when they were struck from behind about mile marker 23, almost directly across the scene from the reported domestic violence. Investigators believe the driver who hit Giuliani had no connection to the initial domestic violence incident. So they're like saying it just so happened. Like it seemed like Giuliani was tying it to this thing, but they're suggesting that there was no connection between the two of them. It was a 19-year-old who crashed their Honda HR-V into the vehicle, the Ford Bronco that Giuliani was in. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, this special surprise announcement from the White House, from the Oval Office. I don't know if we'll talk about the Trump health conspiracies or something's going down, and we'll see. We'll get that up for you, and tune in to whatever this is and any questions that are taken. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 #1 on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
The accident's been cleared northbound and southbound on Florida's Turnpike between County Road 561 and US 27, although there's still heavy delays backed up and emergency crews are still on the roadways. Move over and slow down. There's a crash causing a bit of commotion on Apopka Vineland Road near I-4. On I-4, on I-95, you won't be expecting any issues really affecting your ride, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why rewards members get free standard shipping, starting at Silver Key or Gold Pro status. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/shipping terms subject to change.
Listen up, my friends. I just upgraded my laundry life with LG Mega Capacity Smart Top Load Washer and Ultra Large Dryer from Southeast Steel. And let me tell you, this thing makes my old laundry set look like prehistoric relics. So it's nice to have some new stuff, but it's even nicer that the team at Southeast Steel didn't just sell me appliances. They listened. They asked the right questions. They got me exactly what I needed. No guessing, no stress, just clean clothes and a very happy Sabrina. If you're in the market, skip the big box chaos and shop where the real appliance experts are. And right now, during their sales events, you can save big with exclusive rebates at Southeast Steel. Trust me, at Southeast Steel, you get the best deal. Check them out today at southeaststeel.net and tell them Sabrina from the News Junkie sent you.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
My testosterone is back, baby, thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. Man, it was really low, and I called Red Mountain Weight Loss and got my testosterone where it needs to be. And I got to tell you, when your testosterone's right, you feel a lot better. You don't feel sluggish anymore. You don't feel like you're unfocused. You don't have problems in the bedroom. Things are better. The truth is, men today have 20% less testosterone than their dads did. So this is a solution by calling Red Mountain Weight Loss. It's a prescription, and it's prescription strength testosterone that you only can get from somebody like Red Mountain Weight Loss. And it's awesome talking to their people, and they make it super easy. So if you're losing testosterone and you're having a problem with energy and building muscle mass, you need to give them a call. I did. I'm so glad that I did. It's a Red Mountain Weight Loss. To book your free video consultation with a licensed doctor today, just get online, get real testosterone from real doctors with real great results. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com, or just dial pound 250 on your phone and say the keyword Red Mountain. It's Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
When it comes to talking with your teen, empathy is everything. And that's especially true for reducing their risk for substance use. Substance use and mental health challenges often go hand in hand. So before you talk about drugs, talk to them about how they're doing. Learn how to start a conversation at cdc.gov/freemind/parents.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE.
Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Big down payments. Thousands down. We interviewed the victims. Tell us what happened, ma'am.
Well, I says to myself, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi, into Lands. Every vehicle's just one dime down.
And then?
I ended up at some other dealer.
Why?
They had a trade pay.
Coming back in 2 minutes, folks. 2 minutes. Coming back hot.
$4,000.
Next time, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi. Right, RC?
That's right. It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down.
But I still owe thousands on my trade.
It's okay. We accept any trade, even if you still owe thousands.
With only one dime down.
Get a new Outlander SUV. It's under 30 grand, has all the toys, and you don't have to worry about your engine for life.
Plus 0% financing for 60 months.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Now at RC Hill Mitsubishi.
Into land, just 2 miles off I-4. RCHill.com. Dime down, $535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Your direct line to the heroes that saved Canada that one time.
And talking about, there's an official Oval Office announcement on the way. We've got theories floating around everywhere. As soon as he starts speaking, we'll bring that to you. Some theories here as we look at the White House going live in just a bit. Let's just see what everybody's talking about. This one says, breaking, Trump to announce new haircut in Oval Office announcement. I don't think this is real. I don't think, but it's an interesting look. It would be kind of groundbreaking.
What do we call that haircut?
I think that's Greta Thunberg's hair.
I think it's berries and cream.
Berries and cream.
Remember that? Huh? Berries and cream.
I don't know that.
Starburst commercial, or was it? You guys don't remember any of that?
No.
But
just the name of it. Is that a bob?
Yeah, it's a. I don't know. That would be interesting if he popped out with that. I don't think he will. This says Trump to announce Space Command headquarters at 2 p.m. Eastern, and it's is that the Death Star? I don't want to mess up Star Wars.
Which Death Star is it? The first one or the second one?
Oh, I didn't even know there was two.
Yeah.
That's the second one.
This is the second one?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Somebody says Good morning. I got a glimpse of the announcement. If you don't watch Stargate today, I'll send you to the Department of Homeland Security. I'll send them after you. I guess this is a Stargate fan saying this. Trump is set to address the nation at 2 p.m. to show everybody he's alive and well. This is Stephen Miller with a Trump wig on, pretending to be him. I don't think that's it either. He's not speaking just yet. This says Trump at 2 p.m. It's going to be like this.
And a string of...
Glitch McConnell in his moment. Nobody helping him. Come on. That's so awkward. I remember when this happened live.
I forgot how long it took for somebody to jumpstart him.
Hey, Glitch.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, Mitch. Hey, pal. There are people who are watching you.
Hey, buddy, you haven't said anything for the past 30 seconds. Is everything okay?
I don't know if you realize this or not, but this ain't good. Let's see what else they have for speculation here. Oh, this is just the White House and their press schedule. Now, to be clear, the White House didn't say special mystery. They just said the president is making an announcement, and that's going to happen right now, allegedly. It's not happening just yet. It says White House press pool is supposed to be there. It says it's happening in the Oval Office. That's it. They didn't say this was about like health conspiracies or any of that nonsense. Here's crazy, people. This has 17,000 views. Trump has been hospitalized. The White House is scheduled to make an announcement at 2 p.m. on September 2nd. All routes leading to the Walter Reed Hospital have been closed. Obviously, that's fantasy land for some people.
The pizza stuff was getting a lot of traction this weekend, too.
Was it? Oh, yeah. Yes. There is a thing that Sabrina's talking about where if the Pentagon pizza places are showing very, very busy at late night hours, that means there's something big about to happen. And that was ticking off the radar. That was a thing where people were like, whoa, we got the alert here. They're buying a lot of pizzas. Why is the Pentagon not going to sleep? This one
is there some way of checking how busy the pizza places are in Washington, D.C., or is there somebody...
Yeah. Someone's dedicated like a website to it.
No,
where it shows the uptick of...
You know, Google has the thing where you can like, if you look at the McDonald's near you, you can see whether stuff is busy or not. Like there's a traffic indicator. That's what they use. Like Google has a busyness meter for local places, and
the still somebody has to report that, right?
Yeah, I think it's using app data and GPS and stuff. But I've seen it a lot. I've seen people talking about that. But we've got nothing just yet. What are they saying over on CNN? Are they talking about the speech that's coming up?
Chicago braces for federal immigration enforcement operation.
Okay, because they ran earlier that they were saying Trump is speaking soon. I don't have anything yet. I can refresh whitehouse.gov/live. It just says, stay tuned. We'll be live again shortly.
I sent you berries and cream, so I felt crazy for a second. I could not be the only one. This was very popular when it came out.
Oh, this is a similar haircut. Yeah, hang on. It's like a little Swedish guy? Are these your people, Sealand?
I can't tell.
Dance. Now Mummy's gone. But I still like to do the little lad dance, and you might too. You just run in place.
You guys don't remember this at all. Bears and cream.
I don't. No.
It's not ringing a bell.
Damn.
No, that haircut is quite bad, though. And and if Trump announces it, I will be dumbfounded and I will react. But I don't think that's going to be it. I think it's going to be something boring. I think this is what everybody's expecting. They're expecting all of the health machines at the White House. They're expecting. This is what. Okay, everybody.
Is this AI?
I'm dying. Yeah, of course. Good. Yeah. The White House, Washington. It's got like a hospital bed and behind the podium and all the different monitors.
Is there? Have we gotten to the point with AI where when it's for something useless like a joke like this, why would you put in the effort when you could just get the AI to do it? And sure, there might be some blemishes on it, might not be perfect. But the joke is the point here. Why would I go through the motions of some really like elaborate Photoshop when I can just have an okay version of this done pretty quickly for free or for little work?
Our problem really is that people are dumping these out here, C-Lane, and there are people dumb enough to fall for it. Like the Japanese lady who thought that the dude was in space and he needed oxygen.
He didn't even use AI. Just charm.
No. God, imagine if he sent AI. He could have sent himself in the little spacecraft like, I'm dying.
Oxygen meters close to E.
Yeah. They're like, oh, clearly this guy's having problems here. People don't even need AI, though. The whole thing with Trump over the weekend was old-fashioned conspiracy. Like, look, he's got bruises on his hands. Look, his ankles are big. And then look, like, let's over-investigate a bunch of random photos of him and let's just run wild with conspiracies. That's kind of what you ended up with there. But it has not started yet. They're so far late. If they don't get it done in this hour and they steal from us this opportunity to see what was going on, I will be very, very upset. But we don't have the announcement just yet.
Any moment.
Yeah, we'll see what you got going on. We got a bunch of people reaching out. Somebody says it's probably about the White House expanding the use of the National Guard, especially after the weekend in Chicago. What are you talking about, Chris? This was just a regular old weekend in Chicago with everybody shooting each other. This wasn't even that notable, really. Lethal emails and sends an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When it comes to the Turnpike victims, the email says, sounds like they're mentioning the victims are also immigrants as if to imply they shouldn't have been driving either because of them not making any attempt to brake or swerve before plowing into the truck, making an illegal U-turn. Has anybody claimed the bodies? The last I read, nobody had yet. I don't know. I don't know what kind of family these folks have. I only know that we shouldn't have people who don't understand English driving semi-trucks in the United States of America. We shouldn't have people who don't understand the road signs driving semi-trucks or commercial vehicles or even regular cars, for that matter, on our roads in the United States. This is simple. This is cut and dry. Regular people understand this. And when you have, like, what was it, 3 million people that signed the change.org petition or something, a lot of people that signed that, those are people who are probably, I think, most of them from India. I think they're watching coverage, not understanding how our justice system works. The petition on change.org about the illegal Indian, immigrant who was the driver of the semi-truck that killed these 3 people said that they want to have a fair sentence for him and they want to revisit the sentence. And there is no sentence. I think these are people in India. It's a very big country. There's a lot of hyperbolic news coverage there. They're seeing it. They think that Americans now hate Indians. There's a big backlash globally in the West going down, mostly in Europe and the United States of America, against this unfettered, untethered to anything mass immigration. And I think that there's like reactions to that. One of them is these Indian people feeling like they were targeted. So I think that's what's going on. And it doesn't matter to me who they killed. Those folks appeared to be in the country somewhat legally, but who the hell knows? And I don't really care. A lot of other people talking about things. Somebody saying for standing ovations and at these different events, like the Rock was at one where they did a 15-minute standing ovation. Keep in mind for these new releases, most of those standing for 10 minutes applauding have skin in the game. They're investors in the movie. They know the duration of the ovation will make headlines. That's not untrue. Yeah, I would agree. That's what I'm saying.
They got the clap guy, in the corner timing the ovation, and if they start to weaken in their clapping, there's probably like some sort of signal, like, all right, we got to clap some more.
Yeah, what do you think? We can't stop yet. It's only been 10 minutes.
This is nothing like we rehearsed.
Still nothing over here at the White House.
Nope.
Still nothing. So stay tuned. We will be live again shortly. Yep, nothing as of yet, but we are going to bring that to you when we can. Real quick, let's go on another journey. And trust me, we got eyes on the White House, and we'll see what happens with this announcement. It might be a boring one, might be some fireworks. We'll find out. But I wanted to give you this story since I teased it out there for a second. And this was a police officer that's in trouble. This police officer, let me bring this up here. Okay. This is from Fox 19. And they said a couple dialed 911. All right. And they said that somebody had showed up to their house and their truck door was open. They thought somebody might have broken into their home. All right. And when they thought somebody might have broken into their home, they called the police. The police were called. And when the police showed up at the house, well, the couple said, something is not right here. Something is wrong with this officer. So while we're watching for this press conference, let's tune in. Let's see what they have here. This is from...
It almost makes me feel sad
13.
for the village residents that Are they really reliable to call on for future emergencies?
I think that if it was just a regular, everyday guy, we would be in jail right now waiting to see the judge on Tuesday.
They called 911 to ask for an officer's help and then called 911 again on the officer who responded.
So this officer shows up to the scene. He's going to help them out. They want to see if somebody's in their house. And they're like, we can't understand this guy. He sounds like a mess. What's going on with him? They called 911 on the cops because the officer was wasted, they said. They were like, when he showed up to help them with their emergency, he was wasted. So let's see what happens here.
Tonight, the mayor says that officer was drunk and is no longer on the force.
Damn.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh.
Come on, buddy.
We've been following this story out of Walbridge throughout the weekend. And tonight, we're hearing for the first time from the couple who called police in the first place. They say they knew something was off, called dispatch back to report their concerns, and then started recording. They shared their video with 13 Action News reporter Matt Mergen, who has these news developments.
Let's see.
The couple I spoke with today described the interaction with the officer allegedly under the influence as one of the most bizarre things they have ever seen.
Everything looks clear.
Okay.
Nothing looks disturbed.
Oh, he can't walk. Oh, he's like walking very strange, like he's walking on the moon. You know, everything looks clear. Everything looks all right.
I think we're already dead. I think I'm dead.
This guy's hammered.
He's staring at us, watching me talk on the phone.
On August 23rd, a Walbridge couple returned home from a night out. They noticed that their truck door was wide open. The couple, who asked us to identify them as Mr. Brand and Mrs. Lewis, feared that they had been robbed.
Oh, why would you give your last names? Hold on.
Unless they were fake last names.
Maybe, yeah. Why would you just be like Dave and Sarah? Like, does Mr. Brand and whatever Miss Lewis?
Miss Lewis, who loves Ohio State, so that already knows a little bit more. I could find her in 2 seconds on Facebook.
They didn't show her head, but
or
come
someone
on.
could have been in their home, so they called police. Officer Michael Irvin with the Village of Walbridge Police Department responded, and the couple could immediately tell something was wrong.
He was noticeably intoxicated.
He appeared to be staggering and stumbling as he was walking up to us.
Come on, buddy.
We called back to dispatch and expressed our concerns.
The couple says they saw Irvin fall while heading towards their home. They say he struggled to stay on his feet and communicate with them. While he was inside searching the home, that's when they made another call quickly back to dispatch. Other officers arrived within minutes.
Damn, buddy.
I don't really know what's going on.
I'm not sure either.
Oh, the cop goes, I'm not sure either. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's not a good look. That's bad. Drinking on the job that's one of the few things they will actually fire you for if you're a police officer. Back to the White House. We got nothing. They're late for their press conference. I'll tell you, this is disgusting. This is unbelievable. And what we should have, there should be punishments for the president when you say that you're going to do a press conference and then you're not there at 2:00. Yeah. Or the top of the
turn off
hour.
the Diet Coke button for the rest of the week.
Yes.
Don't you dare.
Or like, you know what we're going to do? We're taking 6 gold items out of the Oval Office. You've stacked them up in here, and we're going to get rid of 6, and we'll put them back. But we want to teach you in the future, you got to really be on top of things.
You know what's going to happen. They heard us complaining at the beginning of the show.
They're going to push it?
They're going to push it right to 3:00.
They can't give us anything. I don't know why this is so difficult. Just do the press conference. Just go out there. Just give us a little tidbit. Just a nibble. Just a nibble is all we want. And we're going to get that at some point in time here. The CNN's on break, so there's nothing going on there. We'll take a quick break here ourselves. And, let's just make sure.
No, this is Epstein stuff.
Okay. Yep. All right. We're keeping an eye on whenever this special announcement happens. We shall bring it to you, and even if we're delayed, we'll tell you what went down. That is all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's still bumper-to-bumper traffic on Florida's Turnpike northbound and southbound approaching County Road 561.
issues.
Hey folks, we're watching for this speech. So far, nothing. I can tell you. I'm looking. Nada. Nada.
Traffic Center in James, Birmingham. This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service.
By the way, hello. If you're new around here, welcome to the world's most viral newsroom. It's a what we call Share the Show Tuesday. So if you don't mind, take just a moment of your time and hit the like button on the stream over on YouTube, okay? Hit the like button over on the stream on YouTube. Much, much appreciated. He's going to say there are nukes in Iraq? I don't think so. I think he's going to do a boring announcement about the moving of some facilities. But I would like some questions. If there's questions, they're going to be like, Mr. President, what do you say about people suggesting that your health is in question? 1,000% they're going to do it. All right? Still not live at the White House. You're not missing anything. We're back in 3.5 minutes. I can see here, as you can too. Take a look on the grid. You can see here, this is CNN, and they're just blabbing about Epstein stuff over at the in Washington, D.C. Nothing really interesting going on. He's going to walk out with a fillet of fish and tell everybody to get off his lawn? Hopefully. Do I'm a Little Teapot to promote the show? I did I'm a Little Teapot one time as a result of a lost bet, and it'll never happen again. Never. Hello? He was visited by 3 ghosts last night and will speak on the air of his ways. Big if true. I'm excited about this. Still nothing. We are 21 minutes late. This is unacceptable in terms of delays. Two minutes and we're coming back. Trump is going to make a small announcement and he's going to go right into insulting people and taking jabs at the radical left again. What's MSNBC saying? They're always accurate? Right. We're watching the White House website for their live stream, which usually starts right when this is about to kick off. And CNN, who has said they're going to cover whatever happens, but nothing. Nothing just yet. It'll be 2 p.m. Central Time. It better not be. Did you guys hear, by the way? Today was supposed to be the big day Howard Stern was coming back. And Howard Stern was going to fight off all the rumors that his career was over. And he was going to tell the truth and get to the real of the whole thing. And then he didn't show. No show. Apparently his mother, who's like 9 billion years old, is on death's door. So I guess he decided because of that to call out when he was going to do his big response. Seems to me like we're at the end of the event horizon on Howard Stern. Seems to me like that's over with. And for the people I hear in the industry, I've told you already, they're going to sign some sort of much more limited deal at a much lower price point, no matter what you hear about it. And maybe just for specials. But he did not show up today. So we'll see if there's anything else with that. It was hardly noticed. Tens of listeners were upset.
Rates. eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I just know. Dull Mike. What's happening there, friends? Hope you had a good Labor Day weekend. Long weekend after a long weekend was perfect. Loved it. But and now another 4-day week. Next week we have to work 5 days. How lame is that? Anyway, getting back here. Hopefully this press conference happens. Well, Sean's going to lose his mind.
See online at orangebuickgmc.com.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Feel it in my bones. We get robbed of our announcement during the show. But we'll see. If anything pops up, we will let you know. We're watching all of the places one might watch.
There used to be a little square on the screen that said any minute now.
Yeah, even the major news networks have given up on the time frame.
Unbelievable. Let me just hold on. Let me refresh. Nothing. Still not now. They're going to give us the cold shoulder, as they always do. During this show, they will announce that there's going to be an announcement, and then when we're waiting for it, nothing. Garbageville. Nothing. They'll be late and late and late and late.
Oh, wait. They changed the White House message from "we will be live again shortly" to "we will be alive again shortly." And so that's everybody is really
clear.
Oh, that means something about that.
Right. That's not right. I'm keeping an eye on this just in case they pop up live here. But for right now, we got nothing for you. Let's see. A couple of stories I wanted to hit on here as we roll on. People were emailing about the different docuseries, including, hey, you got to watch that, the one Unknown Number. We discussed that earlier on in the show.
Hello.
This person says, halfway through, my jaw was on the floor and I had to pause to recoup. Yeah. Very, very good. Interesting
the
watch.
Content of some of those text messages was like,
oh my God,
raunchy, man.
Do kids talk like that?
No, maybe.
I don't know. It seemed a little off, but regardless, that's a documentary that I think was well done and interesting. And it makes you ask a lot of questions, which is what they should do. Afterwards, you should be like, what the heck?
I think we would have been okay without the first 15 minutes of it.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good. It wasn't the best I've seen. I've seen a lot better.
The mom
it was
of
better.
the boyfriend, the boy who was getting harassed, Jill.
Yeah.
I mean, beautiful character. The hair.
I did think that did you guys ever watch the Yogurt Shop Murders?
Yeah, I've been waiting for the new episode.
I mean, the first one was like, okay, all right. The second one was like, okay. And then there's interesting questions.
Strong.
Like, I love the interesting questions, like how would anybody who was not guilty ever confess to a crime? That's an interesting question. But then they just kept going and going and going, and like nothing new was happening here, and just kind of a nightmare.
This one was the perfect amount of time, I think.
Yeah, I think it was. I like when they don't overdo it, and they're not bringing you through like 5 episodes of something, and just way too long sometimes. Elizabeth emails the show about school shootings, of all things, and she says, hey, News Junkie, love the show, but don't catch it nearly enough. I wanted to make a comment about school shootings. I worked in a high school for many years where we did those drills with the run, hide, and fight, and I can remember we had to lock our doors. These are the people in the front office. If we had an office, we had to go and lock the door and get under the desk, and the staff would walk around and check the door handles and stuff. As far as fire drills, that seemed to be the prime target. If somebody pulled it, we all stepped outside in a single file line, nice and slow, which I believe gave somebody a prime target for us outside. Just flawed systems that we are using for these school shootings, as was pointed out in an interview last week. And finally, for now, somebody was talking about SNL's cast changes, which has been in the news. With SNL, there was even more people this weekend who announced they were not coming back to Saturday Night Live. Meaning that Lorne Michaels, cut them. One of them that I saw that made a public announcement about it said, suck it, Lorne Michaels.
Ooh,
so
really?
Kind of burned there. I don't know who that was, but it was on Threads. I don't know if you could search Threads, C-Lane, but he said, Lorne Michaels, suck it. And he had announced that he was not coming back for the next season of Saturday Night Live. This person emails and says, do you see what it is?
No, I Googled suck it, Lorne Michaels. And the AI overview says, your query is an expletive directed at a public figure. Lauren Michaels. It appears to be in the form of an internet meme or insult.
I don't know who it was, but I saw somebody on the Instagram, Twitter, whatever it's called, Threads, and they were saying, I'm not coming back. And they did a whole big thing. And at the end, they were like, by the way, Lauren Michaels can suck it or something. I said, damn.
I'm not seeing it anywhere.
Getting dramatic over there. This person says, how many other TV series make stars out of their cast members, not through great performances, but by wasting nearly 3 minutes of the opening credits every week with individual colorful intros of each member, regardless of how seldom they're used? Every one of these stars and stiffs will spend the rest of their stand-up comedy lives being advertised as seen on SNL. In his Legend of Fluffy Netflix special, comic Gabriel Iglesias speaks of how he struggled against Mexican stereotyping in his career, noting how many other non-Mexican comments were highlighted with as seen on Comedy Central and little else. Well, that's a way that a lot of comedians just advertise themselves. If you ever go to New York.
Oh, gosh.
In New York, they're trying to rope you around every corner, and they're like, as seen on The Daily Show, as seen on whatever they can.
They hold up Comedy Central logos, and they're not even current.
Yeah. That's just an old-fashioned technique that I guess sells some tickets. We'll see. We'll see if there's anything with that. Okay, I wanted to share this with you as well, but hold on, I'll put this on the side for the end. Instead, we'll go to a couple of dispatches here. Somebody is talking about The Rock. Here's your 7th farthest fan in Austin.
It's huge at the very beginning of the movie, but he did have to lose the weight towards the end so they could film the end because of what he went through and all that. Not going to give anything away, but
okay.
He had to get thin for the end of the movie, but he was huge at the beginning of the movie.
He's saying the reason why The Rock lost all that weight is because it was like the journey of this character. It was,
it makes more sense.
Yeah, some stuff that happens at the end. Here's Jackie joining us.
Sean, for baseball games and other sports like golf, I go to a lot of golf tournaments. In between the shots, they look for nature. They look for anything in the crowd, the cameramen. But just because the camera's on you, they could be far, far away. And doesn't mean you're automatically on a Jumbotron. So he may have thought he was doing something in private. It's up to the people in the trailers or the truck or wherever the compound is where they're watching the feed to cut cameras and change the viewpoint. So it's really on the production.
Yeah. I don't know, though. The guy who we started the show off with, if you missed it, go back to the beginning on the video for today over at thenewsjunkie.com. But the opening clip we had today was this guy, during the baseball broadcast, they put him up on the camera, and he's giddy when he sees that they're on the camera, and he grabs the woman next to him. He grabs her boobs during the broadcast, and they awkwardly cut away. And the way he looked at the camera, dispatcher, it just kind of seemed like he knew what was going on. It seemed like he knew that he was on TV and he wanted to go for it. Maybe you're right. Maybe he didn't. Maybe it was too far away, but his reaction was kind of as if he did. Some monorail talk, because we talked about this young kid who jumped up on the monorail tracks at Hershey Park.
I was recently working in Seattle, and they have a monorail, and it's pretty cool. It only goes like a mile, if it's even that far.
That's quite short.
It just goes through the middle of town. It was built for the World's Fair. It's when they introduced the Space Needle and all that. It costs like $3 round trip, and it is 1960s styled. The thing was built in the 60s, and then it paid for itself during the World's Fair, and now it's just run by the city as kind of an attraction.
When's the next World's Fair?
If you like monorails.
All right, thank you.
If you like monorails.
Yeah,
there
if
are
you're
people
a monorail
that
guy.
What was Courtney's quote? When's the next world, or when was the last World Fair?
Oh, yeah, when she woke up completely from a slumber to asking questions is Courtney's thing that she does. She does not.
I quote it all the time in my head.
She doesn't know that she does it, but she'll be sleeping
Can you
next
bring
to
a cactus
me.
on an airplane?
Yeah, and she'll pop up like a reanimated corpse. She'll pop up at the waist, and she'll be like, "Can you bring a cactus on an airplane?" And I'll be like, "Oh."
When was the last World Fair?
Yeah, and she popped up one time.
Love it.
When was the last World Fair? And, I don't. How the hell am I supposed to know?
I think she's still dreaming. I think she's still coming out of a dream when she does this kind of stuff.
Do your partners, when they wake up in the morning, do they ever have like a routine? Because she has one and she knows it bothers me, and I'm not allowed to be bothered about it because it's so dumb. But every morning Courtney will wake up and she'll be like, "Hey baby, how did you sleep last night?" And I'll be like, Fine. How did you sleep?
Because she asked you.
And I like, because I don't, in the morning when I'm getting ready for the show, I don't care about the chit chat about like, how did you sleep last night? But it's such a tiny little thing that I go, oh my God, okay, Sean, get it together. I slept fine. How did you sleep last night? And she'll be like, I know you're trying to keep it together. I know that you're irritated by this line of questioning.
Nicole wakes up with stomach ache every morning. And I know that off the bat.
Oh, right off the jump? You're informed about this?
And I go, your stomach, huh? Stomach ache.
The first thing off the jump. And because I wake up and I just go, what time is it? Okay, show prep. But she wakes up and she's like, I want to check in with you. Yeah, I want to know if you're okay. Very normal things, by the way. Totally normal. But for me, I'm like, oh, God. Here we go.
Sometimes I don't even hear Ashley wake up, honestly. Sometimes if she has said goodbye to me before she leaves for work, I don't know. I sleep through it.
Dang.
Wow.
Zero
Unbelievable.
communication.
Unbelievable. Still nothing from the White House?
Plenty of communication.
They have hit so many commercials. More than I've ever seen on TV.
They might be like trying to get through their scheduled commercials just so they have a nice big chunk of, free space.
Is the press going to be there, like opening up to questions at some point?
It said press pool in the Oval Office. I don't know if it mentioned specifically questions, but there was a list of the press pool.
That's the dream, Sabrina. The dream is that we'll get in some sort of announcement and then some sort of questions, and then we'll see if they get into the conspiracy stuff. Maybe not. I don't know. We only have so much time left, so we shall see. We're going to take a quick break. In the meantime, we are going to catch up with you when we come back. We'll get the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and, of course, today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday.
The first 4 seconds of the press conference. That's all we have time for.
Don't jinx us, man. That's probably all we'll get, though. God damn it. All right, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show. Real talk, fake maturity. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting temperatures that will be below average, a high of only 89 degrees today in Orlando. And it will be a bit of a breezy day. Plan for gusts as high as around 15 to 20 miles per hour at times. We'll also see some scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms, about a 50% chance of rain today. We'll see slightly lower chances for our Thursday before things pick back up into the weekend, along with temperatures back into the low 90s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why rewards members get free standard shipping, starting at Silver Key or Gold Pro status. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/shipping terms subject to change.
Make a point next time you drive around your neighborhood to check out just how many of your neighbors have gone solar. It used to be 1 or 2. It used to people thought it looked tacky. Now they look slick, and more people are doing it because more and more of your neighbors realize they're not only saving money, but they're getting the freedom and peace of mind knowing their home is covered in the event of an outage and powered by clean energy from the sun every single day. And that could be you. The company to call is Solar Installers of Florida. They've been helping homeowners go solar for 17 years. You might be surprised at how affordable it can be. They will help you out. They'll work with you on financing options. They're not going to try and convince you into a higher spend. They're going to find the package that's right for you and combine that with the current tax credits. You could be saving money right away and keep doing so year after year. Their team maintains quality. They handle everything themselves in-house, install, engineering, and permitting. No outsourcing or any of that, no contract work. So if you're wondering if solar is worth it still, stop wondering. Find out today. Get a free quote by calling 407-777-5050. Let them know C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you. They'll knock an additional $500 off that bill. Call 407-777-5050 or find them online at solarinstallersofflorida.com.
Things today can seem kind of unpredictable. Who knows what's around the corner, right? Well, at Total Wireless, we want to give you something to be sure about. With us, you save 50% off Metro and Cricket when you switch with one line. Guaranteed. And you get to keep the phone and number you love. Visit our Total...
Folks, hello. Rate the show. Hopefully we'll still get some sort of press conference. I don't know. But rate the show out of 10 today. 10 out of 10 is a real humdinger, a winner. 1 out of 10 is a real fucking loser. Pick one. A lot of stuff to get into before we wrap things up. And we're back in just a couple of minutes. But rate the show out of 10 as I get these Today I Learned clips ready. 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10 no Trump. 9 out of 10 fake Trump press conference. Very true. Not my fault. Okay, that's ready. 15 out of 10, 6.9 out of Lisa Loeb.
Back, baby. Thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. You feel a lot better. You don't feel sluggish anymore. You don't feel like you're unfocused. You don't have problems in the bedroom. Things are better. The truth is,
got it.
today at 20%.
Good. 6 out of 10, 4 out of 10, no press conference. Hey, I can't control the President of the United States of America. He said 2 o'clock. I'm here for 2 o'clock. I'm waiting for 2 o'clock. There's no press conference. There's none. There's none. But quick break for me as I go get Today I Learned. Hang tight.
Video consultation with a licensed doctor today. Just get online, get real testosterone from real doctors with real great results. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com, or just dial pound 250 on your phone and say the keyword Red Mountain. It's Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester.
Hello. All right, we're back in 90 seconds.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the talent
Absolutely brutal that the world would tease a press conference like this and then take it away. But that's where we're at. See on the grid? They're talking about AI chatbots, you know? Who's our chatter of the day today? Who's our chatter of the day? 1 minute, we're back. Doug is chatter of the day? Doug, congratulations. Doug, you're the chatter of the day. Congrats. All right, we're back to wrap this up. I don't know if we'll get anything about the conspiracy stuff, which is crazy. I don't know if we'll get any hint of a press conference. We have a handful of minutes left, so we'll see what happens. Okay, here we go.
Use as directed.
With the iHeartRadio app, your favorite radio station fits right in your pocket. Live shows, news, sports, exclusive music channels, and voices that don't just go viral. They're the voices of your local community. Join the millions who already have it. iHeartRadio, the #1 app for radio.
Storms coming? Prep with Gorilla Tape. It's tough, weather-resistant, and sticks to rough and uneven surfaces. Patch, hold, seal, and protect. Gorilla Tape holds strong in wind and rain. Gorilla Tape. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Where common sense meets complete nonsense. This is the News Junkie.
Make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We do appreciate it. It's good to be back. Hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. If you missed any of the show, as always, you can get the podcast. And those of you on Podcastville, Podcast Main Street, over there listening in the podcast world, hello to you. Hey, how are you? We appreciate you. You can join in on the fun by getting the free podcast thanks to iHeartRadio. They pay the bills around here. And the link is up on the website, thenewsjunkie.com.
I had a podcast listener email me today about the big guys' night out Thursday at Hammer and Nails.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, hey, are you, I'm on the podcast. I think I'm late. Do you still have slots open? And they're going. So we do have some slots open if you want to go.
Night out.
Guys' night out. We're going to do a free haircut. We're going to kick it off with a free drink and do some Manny's Petties. Don't be shy about Manny's and Petties.
Yeah, it's not like nail polish. I think that there's a lot of man petties that are needed.
I enjoy them. Minus, I am a little ticklish, so you might see me squirm a bit when there's certain parts of the pedicure that I'm like, oh.
If I wanted that little Debbie haircut from earlier, would they be able to pull that off?
I think if you bring in a picture and say that that's what you want, and you already have the hair to facilitate it,
that's
I think they would be able to sculpt you as such. Although,
I don't think I got
it. It's a weird ask.
Yeah, I think it's just not going to work out for me, unfortunately.
But if you want to join us Thursday at Hammer and Nails, Thursday night at 7, email me, CLANE@realradio.fm. Still got some slots open for people that want to come hang out, get a free haircut, have a drink with us, and just do some guy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see what we have here on the way out. We have a woman who says she claims she was heckled by the robots, the Transformer robots at Universal Studios.
Okay.
Is this one of those attractions where they do that? Because aren't there some attractions?
It's like the mega guy who they take pictures with, who has gone viral for saying funny things.
Yeah,
I don't know how heckled.
Wasn't the Grinch, though? You wait in line for the Grinch to be heckled by the Grinch, right?
Yeah, you wait in line for hours and hours for that damn Grinch meeting. It's kind of crazy. But she said that she was heckled by the Transformers dude.
Oh, you're not working this week?
I
will. This is the Transformers character and Universal Studios just roasting this lady because she's not working, I guess.
Weren't expecting that, were you?
That guy really liked the burn.
He does.
Always keep them on their toes, can ya? Always keep them guessing.
Is that guy okay?
I don't know. I think
That's
somebody should
typically how he asks.
Is there
send
like
a little help?
Is there a famous comedian in town that they just gave, like, was getting the backstage tour at Universal, and they gave him control of the Transformers thing and said, go burn this chick real quick?
It sounded a little bit like there might be something going on there, but all right. Okay, what else do we have here? Gavin Newsom is still doing his Trump tweets. He tweeted out from the Governor Newsom press office account on Twitter/X, because of the fact that Kid Rock, this is all caps, because of the fact that Kid Rock is not in the best interest of our great state, I'm giving serious consideration to taking away his residency. He's a threat to California's eardrums and should remain in the wonderful state of Michigan if they want him. God bless America. Getting rid of Kid Rock, unfortunately for Mr. Rock. I didn't know, is he in California? I didn't think Kid Rock was like a California guy. But
I don't know. Maybe he
there.
has a house there.
It could be, yeah. So Gavin Newsom talking about deporting Kid Rock or getting rid of Kid Rock from California. And then this is the last thing. This is supposed to be this guy Wes Moore getting a hard time on ABC for lying about having a Bronze Star.
You claiming you had a Bronze Star in 2006 when you were applying for a job. Why did you do that?
Well, I think I'm deeply proud of my service to this country. And I know my soldiers that I serve with are deeply proud, and the veteran community is as well. And I think it's pretty common knowledge and common belief that when your commanding officers and your superior officers tell you, listen, we put you in and we've gone through everything, so as you're going through your application, include it.
So this guy was on like the Daily Show and they go, he won the Bronze Star, and he'd be like, yep, but he didn't, and he never corrected anybody, and so they're calling him out on it.
I included it, and I didn't think about it.
That they told him to do
in 2008 on PBS, they said
Trump's speaking. All right, we got the tail end. Let's go.
Space Command headquarters will move to the beautiful
locale of a place called Huntsville, Alabama, forever to be known from this point forward as Rocket City. Okay, so Huntsville,
just renamed Huntsville?
Alabama. We love Alabama. I only won it by about 47 points. I don't think that influenced my decision, though, right? That didn't, right? But
What's he asking?
We had a lot of competition for this, and Alabama's getting it. Huntsville in particular. So congratulations, everybody. Katie, congratulations. This will result in more than 30,000 Alabama jobs and probably much more than that, and hundreds of millions of dollars of investment. And that's billions, because it can't be millions. It's billions and billions of dollars. Most importantly, this decision will help America defend and dominate the high frontier, as they call it. I want to thank Secretary Pete Hegseth. He's doing a fantastic job. And Secretary of the Air Force Troy Mink. Troy, thank you very much. Great job.
Come on, take a question quick.
This is such a big deal. This is one that everybody wanted to know. What are you doing? I also want to thank Senators Katie Britt, and I want to give my condolences. Your grandmother, her grandmother just passed away. She was 100, right?
100, and she loves you, Mr. President.
Well, and she was very proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Very, very proud of you.
All right, there you go. He says
Thank
he's
you, Katie.
moving Space Command to Huntsville, Alabama, which is what we thought was going to be the main announcement. And then there are going to be some questions at some point here from the press, but
Oh, he's alive.
TikTok.
There's that.
Yeah, he appears to be alive, despite all the rumors and trends this weekend. Trump does appear to be alive and seems to be as normal as could be. So
Unlike
we'll see.
Katie's grandmother.
We'll see. Are they still talking about Katie's grandmother, who's definitely dead? What are they laughing about now? They're all laughing.
Tommy's been a great senator, as you know, and fantastic guy all around. He was also a tremendous coach. House Armed Services Committee Chair Mike.
Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go, everybody. There's probably going to be some Q&A, and then you'll get some questions about the conspiracy stuff. We shall see. Well, all the stories made the cut, all the dispatches, all that good stuff. Now we get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
We just got a little taste. We got a little taste of it. Today I Learned for a Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. Today I Learned one of the characters for this show.
South Park.
South Park. The character Kenny on South Park is based on a real childhood friend of Trey Parker, who was named Kenny. He was the poorest kid in town. He wore a large parka and muffled his voice. And then there was a running joke that he died all the time in school. And so they decided to make him part of the South Park crew. Today I Learned, this was voted the greatest Motown song of all time. The tracks
are Wind
the
and Love.
Train.
Love.
The
Love.
tracks of my tears is correct. Yes, indeed. You guys didn't like it as much as the people who voted it the greatest Motown song of all time from 1965. Congratulations, I guess. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Miss any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com.